Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a Tuesday night, and we got a whole lot going on around the wrestling world. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are back at it again. We got another live stream. We got NXT on tap tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Plus, we're going to talk a little bit of AEW, a little bit of WWE, and all the news going on out there, and so much more. So make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we got NXT tonight. We're going to get into some Iron Survivor qualifiers. We're going to get one last showdown between Ilya and Corbin, and we got a mixed tag match coming up tonight as well. So much going on in the wrestling world that we're going to get into. I see that chat filling up. Make sure you say hello. Make sure you hit all those links, and I will take a second to remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream, Champions of the World, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, last night we had a magnificent Monday Night Raw. Let's see if we can have a terrific Tuesday night on NXT here, the go-home show for Deadline. We've got the last two qualifying matches for the Iron Survivor Challenge.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm looking forward to this one. Last week was a good show. It's been consistent, as you always say, that Tuesdays are the most consistent, night in wrestling. And again, lots of intrigue going into this one. We'll see how they set up the pay-per-view for Saturday. I'm actually looking forward to Deadline. I mean, I know a lot of people are still trying to figure out what the Iron Survivor match is, but
yeah, it's a little convoluted. It's a little Russo-esque, a little WCW.
A little bit. So, but we will get into that tonight as well. Plus, there's a lot of stories to talk about as far as the wrestling rumors, wrestling news. Everyone's out there yelling at each other. More negativity coming out of the AEW camp. More positivity coming out of the WWE camp. So interesting times as we wrap up 2023 in the wrestling world for sure.
It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. And we got the power of positivity already rolling tonight on the stream with Boston becoming a member again. Appreciate you, my guy.
Shout out, Boston.
And we just hit 3.1K subscribers on the channel after we just passed 3K not too long ago. So big things popping, little things popping. Up to some season never sleeps. What?
Facts. It's true, folks. It's true, and it's rolling along. We're greatly appreciative of all the records, all the milestones. We want to keep it pushing and keep climbing. We're looking forward to 2024 and everything we're going to accomplish there. But we got a few weeks left of this one, and we're going to make it a good one. Tonight, how do you feel about the Alpha Academy? Been doing their stints. They're taking on Metaphor, who's like the Alpha Academy of NXT. Two groups that you were kind of fond of.
Oh, a little bit. Well, I think that the Alpha Academy works best in NXT, to be respectful. I know Chad Gable, I was pulling for him, but he's committed to the Chase U. Otis has very much been the lovable oaf, and he can sit there and mac on Lash Legend all the time for how I feel. And I do like Metaphor. I know initially they kind of came up like, Teen Titans. But they've managed to make it work. They've become that just kind of comedy, but kind of heel. Like, I can't put my finger on how to describe them, but I dig it.
But like early day New Day, when they were like still slap happy, but annoyingly slap happy.
Yeah.
Like you're like again.
You're having a too good of a time. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, stop enjoying yourself being a dick.
Right. It digs at you when you see the asshole, pardon my language, YouTube, having a good time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, again, they've done well. I've softened on how much I disliked them. I thought they were really campy in the beginning. Then they started doing like every week they were a different theme, and they started playing with it. Yeah, it's interesting. Lash Legend, I think, has a lot of upside. I know you're a big fan of hers. Who's the other girl?
Jakara Jackson as well, even though she's injured.
She injured. She stayed relevant through this injury, which has been interesting.
Oh, absolutely. And this is built up Noam. Aura's kind of the man on the outside here. But like you were saying there, both these groups, I guess why this works for both of them, if they've embraced the cheese, the corniness of it. And I'm not talking about Jim Cornette.
Yeah, no, it feels
Man
that
probably has a coronary every time these people show up on his television screen.
Yeah, it feels like they've dug into it. And I mean, again, the good news for me is if you put Noam in the ring with somebody, it's probably going to be a pretty good match. Lash Legend might remain to be seen. I know Mensah is still trying to figure his place out as well.
His aura out as well.
He's trying to figure out his aura. So, yeah, I mean, a very intriguing group. I think this will be an interesting match tonight. What else do we got? We also have Wes Lee is going to take on Dominic Mysterio at Deadline. So we'll see if that plays into the show at all tonight. A very interesting. He beat 3 former North American champions to get this shot, and you weren't here to talk about it.
Oh yeah, but no, I heard it was a fantastic match. From what I saw, it was a fantastic match. But yeah, and going over Bronson Reed. Who else did he go over in that match?
Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano.
Well, Johnny's fallen off. Let's be honest here.
Mm-hmm. And Cameron Grimes.
To the moon.
Now, Bronson got pulled out of the match by Ivar. So Ivar and Bronson are still a thing, even though we didn't get them this Monday at all. Now that I think about it.
You got time, though. You got time.
Yeah, for sure. So that happened, and then Johnny essentially knocked out Grimes and then got hit with the chaos kick or whatever the hell, and that was the end of that.
Fair enough. Sorry, I like Boston's one here. Becoming a member for 3 months. Appreciate you. I'm challenging Nick to a stairs match for my World Heavyweight Championship. Man's out here looking like me too at this World Heavyweight Championship. I got the shaved head and everything too. All you're missing is the cap and the glasses. So what is a stairs match? I got to just climb up. Who can climb the stairs the fastest?
I'm not going to lie. My initial take, because I wasn't reading it, I was just listening, was that you guys were going to stare at each other for a while.
That type of stare.
Yeah.
Whoever blinked first. That'd be creepy to watch on the stream.
But yeah, I mean, hey, shout out to Boston.
Right. But shout out to Small Mark as well. Steven, what up? Richard, what up? Keyshawn, what up? Loser eats their hat. He doesn't have one though. Dale, what up? Brother Fluff, what up? Good evening. Chris, what up? Bobby, what up? We got everybody popping off already.
Getting busy. Like I said last night, as someone said, the chat was crazy. And I said, we're pushing 500 chat messages per hour. So we're doing our best, folks. And don't forget those super chats and super stickers. Help the channel out.
Be a member like Boston up there. You can challenge one of us to a match, I guess. But so far of the news of the day do you want to talk about first? Because I kind of have something that I would feel is kind of.
You're brewing, brew. Let it go.
It's making me sound like a pot of coffee here. But Chris Jericho, everyone in AEW should work for Vince McMahon for 6 months.
Oh, I saw this.
What do you feel about this? I mean, I can read the direct quote, but this is very interesting from Captain AEW out here saying. There's one line here. Where was it that it starts off? They ask you to do press, you do it. They ask you to sign 1,000 action figures, you do it. Because if you don't, there's going to be consequences and big ones. And I think everybody in AEW needs to understand that sometimes. Oh, pot meat kettle.
It's shocking. And like the hypocrisy of this man. But I mean, he was the biggest AEW champion. Like he was out there with the flag running towards the building like it was Jan 6. Like
he lost the belt because he got drunk at a fucking steakhouse. He had too much of the bubbly. He lost the first ever AEW world champion at a steakhouse.
Quick side note: did you see the video of him? Like he showed up in a Filipino independent, just randomly showed up in the Philippines. He looked pretty sauced that particular evening. Like he looked like he was feeling no pain making his way into that ring, just loving life. But he looked like he was feeling good.
Well, that be beside the point here, but it is interesting to see somebody like Chris Jericho.
Oh my God!
come out and make statements like that. I mean, granted, we haven't been a fan of how he's been presented. We feel like he's kind of overstayed his welcome, been overbooked and overproduced, and goes over way too much. But he hasn't, I don't know if he would fall into the do what's best for the company type of shtick. Maybe he's trying to rally the troops around, we've got the Hardy story coming out of they're unhappy with how stuff's going backstage. Britt's putting tweets out. Maybe it's him saying, maybe we don't do that. Maybe Tony needs to put his foot down a bit more.
It finally, again, it's one of those things of, it's like, what's that book? It's like Lord of the Flies, right? Where you get there and everyone's like, this is awesome, no rules. And then like 3 days later, they're all killing and eating each other. And you're like, wait, what happened?
Right, yeah.
And that's what it feels like AEW was. And for so many of the wrestlers that have left WWE, so many of them did Jericho's podcast, and Jericho just loved getting that. Like, so why else did you hate them? So now that he doesn't have that structure and he sees the chaos, even though he's positioned himself in Tony Khan's pocket, as we've seen with his booking, with how much he seems to be loved by the man, it really is interesting, but it does speak to the biggest problem of all with AEW, whether you're a fan or not, guys. And I know we put up the disclaimers all the time, but you have to be real. And the chaos is killing this company. It was months of fucking Punk stories. Now, every story that keeps coming out about NXT, every time I refresh, none of it's good.
Yeah, at this point, love it or hate it, any sort of take on whether you want it to fail, any sort of that shit, it's just completely out the window. I've been saying it for the longest time. This is DEF CON WCW. We're taking on water boys here. This right now, across the board, does not look good.
No. And
he's fighting a social media war, I'll put it that way, or a public relations war on multiple fronts right now.
Yeah, and it's a nightmare. And again, okay, maybe Britt is a work where she's the devil. She's taking pot shots at, no, I don't think so. But let's say some of the faithful have surmised that could be the thing. All right. But that doesn't explain Matt Hardy. That doesn't explain Jericho's comments. Now, apparently, morale in the company is really down over the firing of Kevin Sullivan, a former
Sullivan, my son.
Right. Sullivan out. So, yeah, Kevin Sullivan gets the axe. Now, for those who are wondering, not the Kevin Sullivan,
not
we all know.
That Kevin Sullivan.
He did not fire the...
It's like when I heard all the stories about Keith Lee doing food reviews and getting in a controversy over a food review in some Atlanta restaurant. I'm like, not that Keith Lee. Oh, right. Okay.
So, yeah, very interesting. Again, it's just another day, another story that doesn't exactly have the happiest of slants. Like, there's just a lot. You got Meltzer and Alvarez yelling at each other over AEW right now. Like, if AEW can break up that couple, there's something going on.
But that's the thing, is this, you're starting to see the fractured divide amongst the AEW fan base. And respectfully, unlike the WWE fan base, which is largely casual wrestling fans, to be honest.
In a lot of ways.
Versus AEW's audience, I'm getting the end of Law and Order. Versus AEW's audience is more the smart mark fans, the know all the dirt sheets, listen to our members to the Wrestling Observer Now, follow Sean Ross Sapp, all that shit.
Yep. You're still getting Dickie Wolf?
I'm got now, sorry. Forever.
There you go. Together.
Pause.
Well, folks, the show is kicking off. Nick and I will be here for all the action tonight, giving you the play-by-play, plus talking with the chat, see what's on your wrestling mind. And, yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say is right now one company feels very hot, very exciting, very positive and peachy key, and the other one seems like a bit of a dumpster fire. I'll let y'all decide which is which.
Right, you can have that. I've got Roxanne Perez coming out right now. So we've got the Last Chance Iron Survivor Challenge match qualifier match between Kiana James, Roxanne Perez, Fallon Henley, and Thea Hale.
We're getting footage from the Performance Center. When did Roxy become the little badass?
Like she's just straight up, when I see you, it's on site.
Yeah, she's like the little fucking terrier of the company.
Little wagon that could.
Yeah, she don't care how big you are, how small she is. She's gonna come. She might be biting your ankles, but she biting something.
But I like that of her having the attitude and everything, because to me, that's been one thing I felt's kind of been lacking with her, of that killer instinct edge to it. She's just very much seemed like the ha ha ha, I'm just super talented. Oh, I'm so young and plucky. Pause. Speaking of plucky, I guess that would be the term to describe Thea Hale coming out right now.
Thea Hale trying to do the rocker chick thing is not her best look. Like the head bob, she just seems so
well. It's so funny that they're getting rid of like making the WWE DVDs and VHSs. So Luna, hold on to your VHS collection.
Yes,
because they're stopping production of any actual physical medium for WWE programming after 2023. But I need like a straight to Walmart $5 bin red box movie from WWE Studios about Chase U and like Thea Hale playing like the awkward like 90s teen chick and everything.
Right.
As I've got Fallon Henley out right now. So who's your prediction and who's everybody's prediction in the chat here?
You know, it's funny that you ask. I'm sitting here thinking, I have a feeling it's going to come down to either Fallon or Thea based on this hatred between Kiana and Roxy.
I like where you're going.
I'm gonna take Fallon.
I'm right there with you, my guy, 100%.
Really?
I thought that from the jump of, like you were saying, of how we've got Kiana and Roxanne that kind of seem like they have their own side feud. They both can't make it in. So unless Roxanne makes it in and Kiana shows up just to screw her over or something like that during the middle of the match, that's the only way I would see that working. So I think they're kind of getting behind Fallon Henley as well. So
interesting. Yeah, I really wish this lady would get rid of the purse. And the skirt, apparently. Let that go.
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, never mind. Keep the purse.
Right, yeah.
Need something to carry that skirt.
Dun,
dun, dun. But we got a fatal four-way right now, folks. Make sure you get in that chat. Make sure you let us know who you're taking. Yeah, I think Kiana's got a bright future. I think Fallon's got a bright future. Thea, probably too.
She's bright.
She's bright.
Bright. Yeah, she's bright.
Funny as hell.
Fallon Henley for the win, says Vance. Oop, Chris taking Thea for the win. TJ, what up? Easy Bake, what up? Eric, what up? Yeah, what up? Smile Mark, what up? What? What are your thoughts on AW's collision ratings? Damon, we'll come back to that on a commercial right now. What the
fuck? Up week. Good for them.
What, we just randomly have a shot backstage that looks like we, speaking of these straight to Walmart DVD bin horror movies.
It was Roxy first. She walked it. No, Leah Valkyria, Bird Lady.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? Are we watching the same show?
She flocked off before you looked.
But she was, I saw her backstage, and then there was some spooky chick behind her.
Oh, Mr. Spooky Chick. All right. Lots going on.
Roll up. Curtis saying over under 9 commercial breaks. I'll take the over.
Ooh. What are you taking?
I'll take the over on that. Everybody's just going for the roll ups right now. You got to wait until you've hit about 4 signature moves before you can just get a roll up, and that's how you end the match.
There you go. Wheelbarrow.
Tatum Paxley. Oh, okay. The one that almost broke up me and CJ. Big ass boot from Roxanne. Appreciate the fact checker. See, I wasn't the only one seeing it. Paul, what up?
Oh, it was Tatum's back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, why did I think Blair Davenport? I mixed up Blair Davenport and Tatum Paxley. Vitamins. Yeah. Blame the vitamins.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Tatum Paxley.
Oh,
Oh,
Fallon
Thea.
just got getting flipped.
Whoa. Kiana, listen, Nick, we
Yes.
talked a lot about comparing like women's divisions across the board.
Uh-huh.
You find me a women's division that's cooking at this pace and at this execution level as this match has started off.
Well, I'll give you even credit of not even just it being a women's match. Tope is here. Tope con squirrel.
She got squirreled.
Pause. But this works really well as even just a 4-person match. I mean, it's a bit of a fucking scrambly hot mess, but there's constant action. Everybody's constantly going at it. There's no, you just have 2 people kind of square off in the ring while the other 2 just kind of expletive off on the outside.
Yeah, it's constant pace. There's constant movement. And we're in commercial number 1. Kiana for the win.
Is it weird though? Because I saw like, you know, kind of looking like the Undertaker there, the cowboy walking out and everything. I was like, are we sure it's a commercial? Is it not just like an ad for like Mark Calloway's like One Dead Man show or something?
Right. Perez, Fallon. If Shamrock what's that?
No, I was just reading the comment.
Oh, Fallon for the W. If Shamrock is back in WWE, TK should get ahead of it and bring back the Double J MMA. Shamrock is not back in the WWE per se, folks.
I don't know. I just feel like he might have like that, you know, you've reached in a certain plane here now of you just on a whim throw out Ken Shamrock's going to be in the Hall of Fame class in 2024. Yeah. And then next thing you know, we've got all these stories coming about Ken Shamrock and WWE working on a deal together.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I still think it's heading potentially towards is like a Hall of Fame. You know, I don't even think we've seen him wrestle in the independents, you and I. So I'm not even sure I want to see that book in any way, shape, or form.
No,
right?
I think it's very apropos that we have the deal now with TKO. We've now merged with UFC and everything like that, and we get the one guy that is part of the backbone, the original architecture, the original blueprint of the UFC, and managed to make that crossover to WWE. Just have him on a fucking Legends contract. That's a time I get now what you were saying of bring him into the Hall of Fame because it helps. Hey, Dana, you can come out and we can tie this in a little bit too.
Right. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but Shamrock's already a UFC Hall of Famer. So
I believe so.
Yeah, so I think he was one of the OGs, one of the first.
If not, he's like a Bellator Hall of Famer, Strikeforce or some shit.
So yeah, I mean, again, it all feels like it's clicking right now. And you even saw Dana White's comments. A lot of people talked about the Dana White mentioning that, I texted Punk. What a great guy. I love this guy. Like, there really is more bad press, within like a small pocket of a small fan base that seems to absolutely loathe this guy. And then there seems to be a lot more press coming out about what a wonderful dude.
Well, when you sign a multi-year contract, I assume, with a billion dollar company, I don't think they're going to come out and be like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
Dana White would 100%.
Yeah, be a Boston dude. So, I mean, you could probably have that.
Dana White at the press conference going, I don't know why they said that dumb shit.
Right, yeah.
Fuck CM Punk. No, he likes Punk. And I mean, again, Punk helped to make money and made it relatively easy, right?
I was going to say, cut to Dana White talking sugar honey iced tea about CM Punk at a press conference after he got his ass kicked by like Mickey Gall or something.
Right. AEW's get Dan Severn as the counter.
I would fear Dan Severn, honestly, still more right now probably than I would Ken Shamrock, respectfully.
Yeah, especially if he still has the mustache.
Yeah, facts. That mustache alone will whoop your ass. And then Dan just picks off what's left.
Absolutely. I'm coming back out of the commercial break now. But yeah,
just got out of there.
A great start. But you look at the development of the NXT talent and what we're getting match quality wise, like the Carmelos, the Tricks, these 4 women, other women in this division. Like you could send out Blair right now. You could send out a Tatum. You can send out Santino's daughter. Like there's a list of them that you put them in the ring, they're they're going to go. Now, a lot of people are giving the Petrovich a lot of love. Oh, big spot.
Yeah, giant Tower of Doom suplex powerbomb spot onto everybody. 100%, it's a wealth of riches. I just really like this match, just even respectfully, that it's a 4-way, regardless of who's in the match, because it's got a huge pace to it.
Yeah.
Everybody's involved with everybody. Like I said, normally in your 3-ways, your 4-ways, anything like that, you normally just get a breakdown to a one-on-one match and 2 other people just disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what impressed me right out of the gate, right? And I know it's funny because we did open the show with a fatal 4-way, so you don't know what's kind of going to be the vibe until you get into it. And they just came out
right.
Gas, foot on gas pedal. We're rolling.
This would be a fantastic if this was. Granted, I'd hate to have them do double duty, but this feels like, because it's a couple days out, like the deadline pre-show right now that we're getting.
Not bad, not bad. Kiana James to the floor.
NXT. So Deadline and Ring of Honor this weekend. Is Ring of Honor this weekend? I don't believe so.
No. It's Deadline and Impact Final Destination.
Yeah. Wrestling, what up? I like the name, but I'm not gonna click your comment. Do you guys see Jade showing up at Deadline this Saturday? Could happen.
Yeah.
I think she's more destined to be Monday Night Raw bound as.
I don't know. We might not see her till the Rumble.
Yeah. But then, do you have her come out and then lose?
No, I'd have her win it. And even if that's one
way. 30 comes out, dumps somebody out, and that's it?
No, I didn't say that. I mean, have her come in.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I legitimately could have her win it all. You want to strap a rocket to this lady, win it all.
Right. But where do you have her come out? As I've got Kiana James and Roxanne Perez right now fighting on the little
stanchion. I'd say late 27, 28. I hate when 30 wins. It's stupid.
Looking at you, Cody.
Oh!
And they both go through the table as Kiana was going to fall. And so she I'm taking you with me.
You're coming with me, girl.
Right.
And what I love about these announce tables with the WWE nowadays is they explode. They're like Lego. You can put them back together.
Boom. They just pop. And I still find it funny that we have to bleep out the holy sugar honey iced tea. Thea rolling up Fallon. That's a good way, though. You take both those women out of the match. I like that.
Shining Wizard, yeah.
Fallon. 1, 2, 3. Good on you. Hell of a way to start the show.
We might know what we're talking about someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, big spot, big reaction from the crowd. Even the chat saying it. 1-0. Wow, Bar Rescue Lady won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daisy Duke with the W.
It looks like a Barmageddon out there.
Yeah, no shit.
You what I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did
there. Hell of a spot. I liked everything about that match. That was a great way to get both of them out. They both look like a badass. Nobody loses. Yeah. Nobody wins in that spot. And you wait until the very end. Boom, right after that finish, because now it's 1-on-1.
Yeah.
There we go.
And I mean this respectfully, because it's not all doom and gloom. But at the end of the day, I mean, you tell me the last time we saw a women's match on Dynamite of that quality.
That wasn't for a title.
But even the title matches are like, okay, right? Like, I want to see those women go at this pace. I want to see those women deliver, high impact moves, but look clean, less botchy, less rehearsed.
So for the women's Iron Survivor match at NXT Deadline, we have Tiffany Stratton, Lash Legend, Blair Davenport, Kalani Jordan, and now Fallon Henley. Every time I say her name, I feel like I'm talking about a Sublime song.
What is this?
The metaverse is better. The meta version is better tonight. Will be easy money against the Dusty, Rusty, Crusty.
Oh my God.
We're having a TikTok off to set up this feud. Like I said, leave them both in NXT. They work. It works here because they they plan in this. If this is what it's going to be, like you said, it's 2023 early New Day.
Yeah, really much, absolutely, very much so. And I do think that we're seeing a real nice switch where more and more, and in particular the very the very conservative WWE using social media and being okay with the social media being used, TikToks and such, to build up matches, build up rivalries. Hello,
Right.
Kiana.
Did somebody turn the heat on up in here as we've got Lola Vice, Electra Lopez now backstage confronting Lyra Valkyria Kakao Bird Lady.
Oh, Paxley.
Oh, I'm kind of digging this, honestly, from Tatum. I know it's a small sample size, but it's at least a character. It's a personality.
And Paxley's decent, right? Like, she's got some growing to do and some learning to do, but she's decent. This is very interesting, especially up against kind of Bird Lady that hasn't had the biggest of personalities. It's a good way for her to, like, she didn't say much there, but she's involved.
Right? Oh, is Wes Lee hurt right now?
Uh-oh.
Coming out with or as we cut to commercial, we have Wes Lee walking backstage with a crutch.
Statlander would dominate every woman in NXT. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see her show up. I think she'd get exposed for being a little bit green, but as good as she is.
You do realize it's not shoot, my guy, right? Like there's a thing called booking.
My dad's bigger than your dad.
Right. Respectfully, like, I get she'd be the biggest and the baddest, and I have no disrespect at all to Chris Statlander. We're talking about depth and a wealth of riches here. You can have your one good mediocre-ish match for the women's on AW, and last I knew, there was a lot of AW fans bitching and a lot of AW talent on the women's roster bitching about how little time they get. Meanwhile, we get prominent matches featured here on NXT.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that like they don't have some talent. I'm a big Statlander fan. I love what Julia Hart's done, and I actually think Julia Hart's pretty good in the ring. Sky Blue, we're still debating. Britt Baker was carrying that division for a long time. I miss Thunder Rosa. I'm not saying there's not talent there, but you get Britt versus whoever, or when you have this mix and match and you get these sloppy, clunky, botchy matches that don't flow. That is what the women here have really gotten down, is their matches flow. There's good pace to it. And I don't get that a lot out of the AEW's women division. That's all
it feels like there's somebody agenting the match a little bit and everything.
Yeah.
It's going through a system. But anyways, on a side note has AEW's women division kind of been snake bit by injuries, though? Because you mentioned Thunder Rosa, who's been out for the longest of time with injuries. And then once Britt was kind of fading off and we thought we were going to pass the baton to Jamie Hayter, she's been injured on the sidelines, visa issues, et cetera. Yeah. So it's really stagnated because every time you hitch your wagon to somebody, they get hurt.
Yes and no, because honestly, I think if Thunder Rosa didn't get hurt, she would have been the female version of CM Punk and been working elsewhere by now. But I still think that, we got to put them in better situations. We've heard the story of Jade of like, oh, they handed me a chair, told me to swing it, but nobody told me how. Like, I've never done this before. We heard Triple H say what he said about Jade as far as, by no fault of her own, she's not quite ready to smash some home runs. We're working on it. Not her fault though, guys.
Right? Yeah.
So that
you very much got to get in it's not our fault.
Right. That to me is where they're lacking.
I wanted to click on this. Bash 8 saying, man, my message got skipped again. Well, respectfully, my guy, we've been through this, and we try and get to everybody. And shout out everybody that we probably also missed. Like I see Eric Douglas popping in the chat. I see Kevin showing up in the chat. It gets hot and heavy. We talk a lot too, but we do have the super chats, the super stickers, and everything like that. If you want to help support the channel, if you want to make sure that you get your comment read, if you want to be the voice of the voiceless out there, tell me when I'm telling lies. What? I don't know. I just kind of couldn't go anywhere else outside of Punk there.
No, that's and I think Bash asked about Kenzie earlier and I just kind of clicked on it. But and the thing with I think Kenzie was just literally a budget cut. They're looking at their roster, and again, in a real company, it's not the gross that matters. The shareholders are looking at profits. So I think when you have Jackie Redmond, Mackenzie Mitchell, or Mackenzie whatever, the lady who's doing NXT tonight, plus you have Kevin Patrick, you have Byron, you start asking questions like, do we need this many people doing the same job? And I think Mackenzie was just a byproduct of that. Office staff has been cut.
Respectfully, has there been a WWE personality since maybe Pat when they brought Stu back, or sorry, Bad News Barrett? I don't know why.
Barrett, wait.
Yeah, Wade Barrett. When they had him on commentary, that's actually left an impression. I know you're a big fan of Jackie Redmond because she's Canadian. Sorry.
No, I was just wondering if you had saw that spot, the catapult into the taint. Bronson
No.
took a forehead right between the twig and berries.
Oh. I just got the pin right now. Running back last week.
Yeah.
Jordan, what up?
What up? What up?
Oh, Wesley out here with a crack.
Interesting. Because if he's hurt, it's not a
storyline.
It's not storyline. It's not a work.
Right. Real just out here and wanting anybody that WWE's let go.
Kenzie would fit better in AEW or Impact anyway. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but she can tag team with Renee Paquette.
I was going to say, when everyone was talking about it, her getting released, I just straight up said, who? That's how I feel. JV randomly bringing up Matt Striker.
Matt Striker.
He's cutting a whole promo about how he wanted to hear that. So,
yeah, I got a feeling that he ain't going to be there, bro.
Oh, now I'm surprised if this was I guess to use that term.
Unless Dom comes out and it's all pretend, right?
Yeah, well, I was going to say that we hadn't had like 4 tweets out by somebody about this at some point.
Mm-hmm. But that's again, I think I give the WWE credit. They're keeping quite a bit under the rug. They're hiding a few secrets from us.
Yeah, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Looks so small, right? Vince Russo said Tony Khan is the worst booker ever. That's the Spider-Man meme of them just pointing at each other.
Yeah, but you know what Vince can say? When I was booking, we were on top. When I was booking, we were making numbers. Even if it's bullshit, he can say it, and Tony can't.
He wasn't booking then.
I know. Well, kind of had a creative.
No, when he was on the creative team in WWE, was when they were on top and everything. When he had a voice in creative, when he was head booker, was when the decline started to fall.
Yeah, he's crying, man.
Damn,
we got tears.
Man, get me in my emotions.
I'm unsure when you're going to see me again. Did Paul just say he looks like Mekhi Phifer?
Now, everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me.
Shout out to Future.
I'm super interested right now if this is a work or if this is storyline, if this kayfabe or this is a shoot. I hate to keep using the inside terms because I'm not in the business, but
this is not goodbye. Now we talk a lot. If anyone in the chat has heard if he referenced specifically what is taking him out.
Yeah, no, and storyline.
Oh, wait a minute. But nothing happened to make you think he was hurt. That's the weird. This is why I'm struggling to believe it's storyline, because they didn't highlight it. Even in the replay package, he did not get hurt in anything.
Yeah, there's no. And now you see here. Well, maybe the footage is too graphic, but now you see here.
Right?
Then again, Christ, we had the fucking guy holding the down markers that got hurt on football, and we saw that thing 18,000 times.
And again.
Well, right. Now, if you slow it down, you can see actually when the fracture happens.
Right. The boos for Dominic. Dominic's here, by the way. He was supposed to fight Wes Lee, who right now is basically saying, I won't be back. I don't know when I'll see y'all again.
I don't know, man. Man's looking like he's about to swing that little crutch here.
Yeah. But he can't give that whole speech and then just like Club Mysterio and be fine. Like, I got like... I think I'd have an issue with that.
Can you take me higher?
Right. Oh, he's gonna no. Wes Lee's introducing the challenger.
Oh, okay. So this might still be an actual thing.
Yeah, no, he hurt.
Yeah,
I'm sad. I like Wes Lee.
That's gotta be really weird if they're not showing us or talking about where this happened.
Oh, look who's gonna wait. What?
Why? From one guy with a gimp knee to another gimp knee. So Ray's going to just be in the corner. So like I said, gimp knee to gimp knee.
Dragon Lee.
Ah, fuck.
Dragon Lee needs that belt. I was surprised he never got it before.
He's on SmackDown. Why the
well,
yeah,
I mean,
fine. You can have it. He can bounce back and forth, just like.
Well, I mean, you got to pivot, right? You're losing Wes Lee. You can't replace him with Axiom.
But it's so weird. Like, I don't know. I'm so questioning. Are we truly pivoting? Like, I just don't know what he said was actually injured, where this happened, or anything like that. Not like I really need to know, but I don't fully buy he's actually fully hurt.
Oh no, I believe he's hurt. If he pulled out, like, again, because they're not highlighting how, like, I mean, he could have pulled his hammy. I didn't hear if he said anything. Let me look in the chat if anybody had a report. But
the tears is what got me though. But yeah,
I mean, I can't imagine him not participating in the pay-per-view. I believed he was going to win at the pay-per-view.
Oh, but so then why though? I just don't like how we had him tossed to Ray, who then tossed to Dragon Lee. He should have tossed to Dragon Lee, and then it shows up at Deadline that Ray's in the corner, and that's the fucking mind game, what have you. It's a nice little, I don't know, a send-off, because Ray's out too.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ray's going to be in the corner. Who is she? Who's Essential?
Generic.
Look at Roxanne. She's the craziest.
She's Kevin Hart. When I see you, I see you. When I see you, it's on sight.
Oh, the best part was she sits down and goes, "When I see Roxanne again, she's dead." And she was sitting right there.
Right.
Dumb. But I like
Ava out here making matches. Listen, just because your daddy's Dwayne doesn't mean you got commissioner powers here.
Right.
So it's official for Saturday is Kiana James versus Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
I do like the whole when I see what's on site shit.
I mean, I like it. Again, I think you had good points before. Like, we argued a little bit about Roxy, and she was just kind of cookie cutter, though, like happy to be there. Like, you know, a reincarnation of AJ Lee to a sorts. But now that you've given her this little spice and she's winning like no DQ matches with Blair Davenport, she just shows up and fucks people up and she's the little one. I like it a lot. I'm a huge fan of everything she's bringing to the table.
Oh yeah, well, she was great when they first signed her, and then she kind of cooled because, like you said, she became the cookie cutter cutout. And then now we've given her a bit of an attitude, a bit of an edge back, and I like it.
Yeah, and again, you don't expect. To me, what it reminds me of, and this could be a coincidence, but we know who's running NXT, and Roxy feels like a mini little version of Shawn Michaels back in the day of like, bro, you're the littlest guy here, and he's like, I don't care, I'll fight everybody. And you tried sometimes.
He's just showing what he did backstage, just on screen now.
Yeah, he's like, this is how you're gonna act. So it definitely has that Shawn Michaels vibe of like, I might not be the biggest dog in the fight, but I'm going to put up a fight. So
it's not about the size of the dog, or it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight and the dog.
There you go. And roof.
I was going to say, you noticed the vitamins. I had to do a double take on that real quick. Booker Ava Rain.
Booker Ava Rain. Yeah, that's her new title because she ain't wrestling. I think that's another girl that they're trying to spend time in the Performance Center, and they got to be very careful with the Rock's daughter, man. That's a shadow that's hard to be in. By the way, speaking of daughters, how about Brock Lesnar's daughter? Has anybody seen this? I'm so
I was
sorry.
going to make the joke of I've never been more terrified and aroused at the same time, but I'm not one of those two, and I'll let you figure out which one.
It literally looks like you morphed Sable and Brock, but it's like 70% Brock, 30% Sable.
99% Brock, 1% Sable.
No, in all seriousness, she's breaking shot put records, chucking that little metal ball like 18 meters. Like, whoo, she's gonna be her daddy's girl, that's for sure.
Well, 100%. I'll touch on that in a quick second. Jason says Nick and KJ Wes Lee said he has no feeling in his leg. He needs back surgery.
Oh, so a nerve?
I want to confirm that before I really speak on it too much, just because that's some serious shit. I mean, you had the stories of Randy saying he couldn't stand for X amount of time with his past injury. Yeah, no, we don't expect the alpha male of our species, literally the superhuman athlete, to have children that are damn near superhuman level athletes as well.
Right? Yeah, it's like it's good. Genes.
Amazing. Bronny Jr. can dunk. Oh my god. Who would have known?
She imposing, and she they got to get her back in the sun a little bit, but other than that,
no, because Brock can stay out there all day.
Well, do you remember young Brock when like even his eyebrows were blonde, like real blonde?
It looked like he had no.
He was almost albino.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting a little video package for some new talent coming in, or the NXT Breakout tournament again.
Yeah. All right, so AEW fans out there, calm your tits. It's another tournament, and you didn't invent them. We know you're doing one too. Oh, what's his name?
Invent announcements.
Luca's in this, like Luca Cristofino. He's actually decent. He's got this like.
I was going to say, just on the man watching right there, I hadn't heard of the name, but 100% seeing him right there. It's like you're going to be my favorite to win this. I already know. I like you.
Wait, Trey Bearhill.
Tatanka is in the tournament. Tatanka.
Yeah, Tatanka Malone. Come on now.
You probably think that you are better now. Better now.
Better now. That's what he should come out to. I hope his entrance song is Sunflower. Let's go.
All due respect. We didn't mean to shit on the man right out of the gate, but sometimes you just got to make a joke.
Oh no, that's fucking funny as shit. Oh, Paxley.
Terry Bearhill and Eddy Thorpe, the Tatanka twins.
Should he not join like the Iron Savages?
Is Tatum Paxley right now giving you Daphne vibes?
100% Daphne vibes.
And that's, I think, why I like it, is I was a huge fan of Daphne.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to show some love to the spooky chicks.
Absolutely. But yeah, let's go.
The non-spooky chicks will fuck you up in the current life. The spooky chicks will fuck you up in the afterlife.
Yeah, I mean, Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right. Do something strange for a little piece change. Oh, I'm not going to say what I thought there for a second.
Do you smell what Ava Rain is cooking? She ain't cooking shit right now.
It's just a bunch of rocks in a bowl of water.
So now we got Lola Vice taking on Tatum Paxley.
Right. Who you taking, sir? Are you gonna go with your Latin lover, your Latino
I'm gonna go Lola. Hello, LA, Lola.
I'm going with Tatum Paxley. I think this is our reintroduction to Tatum Paxley right now. Be a sad, sorry state if she comes out and takes it out.
No, I think I mean,
did we get Spooky Tatum last week? The 1 week I wasn't here.
I don't remember Spooky Tatum last week, but somebody
can. Then it's her debut. It's this version of her, so I think she gets the win.
I think the lady with the contract has to take the W, bro.
But it's not for the title. You set up the sneaky skin heel win, and then you set up the title match.
Nah. The lady who's going to take on the champion needs the W. Come on now. But
well, I just heard Booker talking about sciatica or something, so I got to confirm that whole West.
Yeah, pinched nerve is what it's sounding like. Is again, it depends. Very painful for anyone that's experienced that. So, yeah, my hope is that Wes Lee is okay. Those old genuine tears, genuinely upset. And again, it didn't feel like they were, like KO's hand, where they made it clearly obvious they were taking the hand out, right? Like, it just happened. Like,
from what I'm seeing, it is. He's going to need back surgery. It could be out 8 to 12 months.
Yeah. So, kind of what Randy just went through with the fusion.
Yeah, but that sucks, though, to be granted. It sucks for it to happen to a younger guy, 100% of the guy that was really much on the up and come. We thought he was going to be destined for the main roster, if not even before this. But even Randy's now came back off of this and said he felt like he's got a whole new lease on life and a lease on his career. So, hopefully Wes Lee comes back fucking bigger, better, and better.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert by any stretch, but I've heard guys like Rogan and some of the other athletes talk about what they're doing now with the spinal surgery and being able to cushion the actual vertebrae is pretty remarkable. It's insane that they can even do that. So
science, bitch.
What's that? Science.
I just did the Jesse Pinkman science, bitch.
Easy, Bill Nye.
Science rules, Bill Nye. By the way, best day ever in any sort of level of school is when that fucking good old fatback TV comes out on the little rolling tray, and you just either that Magic School Bus, at least for us, or
yeah. You get excited when you hear the cart going down the hallway.
Yeah.
It's coming. Oh, it's the other class this week. Shit.
It's across the hall. God damn it.
Lola in control.
Eric, what up?
Big spin kick.
So who's going to dethrone Dom? Probably Dragon Lee.
I thought Wes Lee was going to do it. Now I wonder if he keeps it just for continuity's sake and you have someone else out of NXT come after him.
Like you could do it with the Dragon Lee thing. Like I initially didn't like it. Oh, he's on SmackDown, but you could have him bounce back and forth like you do with Dom. Yeah. I almost wonder where do you go with Dom here without it?
Oh, there you go.
God damn it.
Lola. The Breakout tournament winner already for the women's side. We just saw the announcement for the men's side. And I'm not quite sure what we're doing with Elektra Lopez, but I'd like to do something with her.
I get why now. I'm still surprised that they broke her off from El Fantasma when they moved up.
Yeah.
I wonder if these two end up paired up with Los Lotharios there, Humberto and
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on his name right now? Rips the pants off.
Well, Humberto and Garza?
There we go. Thank you. I almost wanted to say Garcia, and I didn't want to say the wrong
Shut
name.
up. Okay, why is there a masked man in your bathroom? Problem one. Problem two, I guess Axiom just suggested he wears a mask. We're going to get a lucha tag team now?
Is this fucking Rosie and fucking Hurricane Helms right now?
Right? Yeah, right? But you know what? We know what A Kid looks like. So why not only, like, if he wants to wear the mask, fine. But why not backstage, he's A Kid, and then when he comes out, he's Axiom?
Because he even has backstage masks and on-screen masks. He's always wearing a goddamn turtleneck. Like he's fucking Peter Parker or something. Like you could identify me by my Adam's apple.
Not you, the TV.
I know.
Yo, Maxxine got something, man. She like Lana 2.0, but like I'm really liking what they're doing with her right now.
I still say respectfully, she kind of always looks a little bit like E.T. phone home.
She does not.
Hey, that forehead getting extra big, my guy.
Damn near a 5-head.
Satellite TV fucking broadcasting on that shit. That's an IMAX. Nothing wrong with more than one goth character. Facts.
It's true. I want the other two goth girls to show up and stay relevant. Is we keep getting teased with them, but they're not doing shit.
Right? 100%. As we're in commercial break, God knows how many at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think my pick for the men's breakout tournament is Obafemi. Fair enough. I'm glad Damien was keeping track. That's why you're always our guy, my guy. The leader of the Hopium tribe.
Ooh. Ooh.
Complaining about a title's name is pretty corny. Who was? Nobody was.
Is that what happened? No, I don't think he's referring
when
to
that. When did we even start talking about titles?
I don't think so. I think Richard might have been talking about the show.
Oh. Curtis, I don't trust you. There's no way this is goddamn break number 3.
Yeah, I think it is.
No, goddamn, no. I swear by this.
At least 2.
Oh, no, it's at least 2. I think we're at least on 4 or 5 right now.
Oh, you think there's more?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
We've talked through commercial breaks that we didn't even point out. We just kept talking.
It's true.
Right.
You did it.
We did it just with the last one. Lana and Maxxine together would actually get big pops every night as a tag team.
Facts.
They'd pop something, all right.
Yeah, no shit.
Another missed opportunity for the best wrestling company in the universe.
What was the missed opportunity? I'm confused.
Lana and Maxxine being a women's tag team.
Oh, yeah. Well, sorry they didn't have the foresight on that one.
Real is just ride or die right now with this. And Game recognized Game, and I respect it. At least you're still you're still chatting, you're still watching us. So I get it, and I respect it. But man's is just out here. Hodor, 100%.
That's perfect, actually. I mean, again, let's give them shit on like the one lady who's been here for 6 months, 7 months, the other lady who hasn't been here in 2 years.
That fucking WrestleMania main eventer, Lana. The one that's gonna make or break the company is Lana. Hot and flexible CJ Perry. Who's doing so much in AEW.
Too funny.
Hodor.
That's 100% what that is.
I love it. Oh, and I respect it, like I said. And that's why, though, 100% we say we are the Wrestling Utopia, though, because that's the thing. Never once said, oh, your take's completely wrong or anything like that. Still, we joke about it and everything like that, but we'll hear you out. Hear your point 100%. You can think 100% that we just hate AEW. Not the case at all.
The man's
or you can just completely hate our take on whatever we're watching, but we'll still hear you out.
Yeah, I'm convinced he's not even watching. He just said shit to get participation clicks.
Hey, do you, boo-boo?
But peace.
Oh, okay. Nigel McGuinness, the devil? Nah. If you're going to have Nigel come back, you don't make it into that gimmick. You don't need to add a gimmick on a gimmick. Nigel coming back would be a big enough pop and a big enough reaction alone. You don't need, especially you need to have him come out and be a heel. Like how the first time you watch him back and you got to boo him, and you're like, huh.
Yeah, right. Soul recovering from a torn ACL. Oh. Yeah, she's been out for a hot minute. She's been out longer than she's been in.
Well, pause. But that kind of, I remember when there was an NXT trainer that kind of came under fire because a lot of the NXT competitors, especially the women's competitors, were all coming down with knee injuries, like back to back. Like that's when Nikita got hurt. Yeah. There was a couple others that got hurt. And so we're getting an NXT Anonymous video.
Carmelo up to no good. He in bed with Pillman, man.
That's why he's going to win this match tonight.
You know, he came out last week. I know we didn't talk last week.
Oh, I saw the video of Lexus King stalking him.
But no, but
hit him up, kid. He's going over here.
Carmelo came out to the ring to make it look like he was trying to get Pillman, but it ended up helping Pillman, you know? He distracted the ref, but he looked like he wanted to get him. He didn't want to help him. Bang.
Yeah. This has been going on for a couple of weeks now of like when one goes to try and hit him and then they turn around and hit the other and this and that.
Gacy is back.
We love you, Vic Joseph. We love you.
The kids next to him are like, who is this guy?
It's Ryu in the track.
They show Gacy and literally there's 3 children under the age of 4 sitting next to him on both sides. Like you couldn't put them next to a couple of adults. Here comes Metaphor.
Teen Titan go.
Oh, that is brutal.
TK is the devil. MJF, it was me all along. Be the greatest story ever told, but I don't think they'll do it.
Oh, could you imagine? Gacy's lost his noodle. I don't even know how you work this into a story.
Can you have something and
lose it? Off. What?
Don't you have to have something before you lose? It's kind of like Ryback. You have to be working and doing something before you can retire from it.
Now everyone's freaking out because Ryback threatened to hurt or like threatened bodily harm on Punk.
He's already done that. It's called their matches. It's called. You can tell me did that on purpose or you're just getting stupid. I'm stupid.
Hold on.
I was gonna say someone's got to let me know what's going on with Ryback because that man's blocked me. So
yeah, no, that's the latest I've seen. I don't know if I'm blocked or not.
I beat you to getting blocked by Ryback somehow.
I don't think I am blocked by Ryback, but I don't follow him. I only get it from all like the dirt sheets of like, Melvin said this. I'm like, stop listening. He'll stop saying shit if we stop listening.
Just don't look. Just don't look. As I've got Chad Gable and Noam Dar kicking off right now. And if we're not going to give Gable the IC belt, I mean, Heritage Cup's not a bad shout. He'd be a fucking beast in that division. Yeah. We're going to actually run it as a division. Damn near Olympic caliber wrestler in your round-based, kind of technical-based wrestling format.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
So, folks, let us know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Team Metaphor, which is Lash Legend or Mensah, and Noam Dar, or Team Alpha Academy, which is Maxxine Dupri, Otis, and Chad Gable.
I'm going Alpha Academy.
I'll take Metaphor then.
Not bad.
I was going to do a terrible joke. I've never been with a 10, but I've met a 4.
I like that.
I was just about to ask you. You good, my guy?
Oh, okay.
No, you're good.
All right.
Metaphor for the win. What's a Jade Cargill when you got a Lash legend? Facts. Fair enough. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but it's going to be good when they fight each other or work together.
Or be a tag team together.
And
since we want women's tag teams now, apparently.
We need some, yeah.
Well, we either need a division or we need to fuck off with them titles. Pick one.
Well, I think it's getting better.
Yeah, a little bit. But like you said, we need an Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. We need something.
Yeah, Nick. Less Natty, more Alba and Isla. Like, come on now.
Less Natty, more Patty. What?
On that note.
Right, you can have that. Metaphor, piece and a biscuit. Yeah, I got that 2-piece with the soda on the side. As I got Lash Legend and Maxxine Dupri going at it right now. And it's interesting because Lash Legend's fairly tall. Obviously, like she could probably look Jade eye to eye and everything, but Maxxine's pretty much up there with her. Reverses a Hurricane or takes a Hurricane Rana into a pinfall here for a 2 count. Oh, she not about to hit the suplex. I want Nikita Lyons versus Jade. I just want Nikita Lyons back. First off, that's the 2-piece with the soda on the side. Is Nikita Lyons? That woman is thicker than a fucking biscuit. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. And I would like to, if we're still doing this whole Jade's greener than her name even does protest, then her in NXT and just kind of running roughshod over the division. You get to see her actually have some battles there with Nikita Lyons, etc. You get her with a match with like Gigi, Roxanne, Perez, even. You get her in there with little Scrappy Doo. Her and Tiffany, I think, would be a good interaction. I think that would be a good match. So I don't think it would be a bad shout. Granted, I know she comes in initially, you've got to make her a star out of the gate, it feels. As Gable goes flying, double clothesline more instead of a double cross body on everybody. Do you think Corbin will be a face? No. He's going to be a heel forever, if not kind of a tweener at best. I do really like and respect Corbin's kind of whole my job as so we just cut to a commercial as everybody's brawling on the outside. But I like Corbin's take of my job's there to make sure other people look good. He kind of gets his role, and everything like that. And I think Corbin, despite all the hate and the flack that he gets, he's actually really talented. And he's managed to protect his finisher, which is unheard of in 2023. But I like him in NXT. If he was on main roster, he'd be mid-card guy versus NXT's world title guy. But no, I think that he's an underrated talent, but I lost my train of thought with that, to be honest. I like the Lone Wolf gimmick better. Well, if we're breaking down the whole gimmicks and everything, then yeah, the Lone Wolf gimmick was the best. Actually, what Baron Corbin should do as his best gimmick, that's where I was going to go. His best gimmick, and it would actually, I think, work on the main roster. Even as like a mid-card, like I said, heel, IC belt, US belt type shit. Is just do his whole persona that he presents on every other social media platform of, I'm out here having the finest whiskeys. I'm out here, eating Wagyu steak and everything like that. I'm eating tomahawk steaks and, got Rolexes and everything. Have him do that. On main roster television, just be him this, prick of a fucking high roller here. I'd be fine with it. Alpha Academy versus Metaphor in a 6-person tag team match. Yes, sir. That is the match we are watching. Thank you, A. Jobson. Corbin, former Golden Glove boxer, and also former Kansas City Chief as well. Otis versus Lash, book it. No, you get Lash to manage Otis. How you doing? Lash legend, former basketball player at Mississippi State. Shout out, Steven. I'll take your word for that. But I'm in commercial break. God knows how many at this point, but I will remind everybody that we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow. Wednesday Dynamite, we've got Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage for the TNT Championship. And I still beg the question, do we even hear ding ding during that match? I think that might end in a no contest before Revolution or World's End. But on top of that, we've got Thursday Night Impact. We've got Friday Night SmackDown, which CM Punk will be there. That's tribute to the troops, so make sure you're there as well. And then Saturday, we've got Deadline. Sunday, we've got anything and everything popping off. So 100% be your friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. This is your place for all of the pro wrestling, 100%. You come for the wrestling, you stay for the personalities. Absolutely. So if you haven't done so, drop a like, share our link somewhere. It's the season of giving, so the best thing you can do is give somebody the gift of wrestling. American Alpha were a top-tier NXT Black and Gold tag team. Yes. Yeah, and now Jason Jordan's top-tier backstage producer, honestly. Most of the time that you really hear of these good matches that just kind of come out of nowhere, they're mostly agented, it seems, lately by Jason Jordan, respectfully. As we're back from commercials, I've got a big belly-to-back suplex from Gable onto Noam Dar. And I'm still telling you, leave Alpha Academy down here. Have them, Christ, you could have them be part of Chase U, or they take over Chase U because they're in debt and everything like that. But I like, if we're going to have a Heritage Cup division and all of that, we're going to have that, kind of technical Ring of Honor Pure Style Championship in NXT. Chad Gable's your guy for some shit like that. Much fun. So far, the show is going pretty cool. Yes. Who's your pick in the women's deadline match this Saturday? Deadline. As Otis right now in control, my pick is obviously going to be Tiffany Stratton at the end of the day. You should know this by now. If Tiffany's in the match, I'm having a Tiffany epiphany. Pause. Yeah, picking Stratton. Yep, you knew it. As Otis blows a kiss to Lash Legend, is now going for the Caterpillar. Hits the elbow. Two-part question. Why is Tatum Paxley spooky? Because it's an actual gimmick instead of she's the woman behind the mask. We're getting Otis and Lash Legend in the ring together. This man is just going to turn on all the charm. Man's firing up as he's repulsing Lash Legend. Just going for the hug. Oh, wow. Lash Legend just Hulk Hogan Andre slammed Otis right now. Which was more impressive in 2023 right now? As the crowd instantly, that's a genuine holy fuck the rest of this match. I'm right now asking everybody, which is more impressive? Rhea Ripley body slamming Luke Gallows or Lash Legend body slamming Otis? Because god damn, I think the earth shook a little bit with that. Yeah, let's look at this replay. And she did it clean too. I mean, she got, the sling off the ropes and everything, but that man went up and that man went down. Slightly taller than Bianca, similar build though. Fair enough. My God, do you just hate pro wrestling? Lash Legends slamming Otis is expected though. She's the same size as Bianca. Yeah, but god damn it, that I'm the same size as a lot of people. That doesn't mean I'm the same fucking strength as them or they're the same strength as me. Like, shit. Like, I see there is no pleasing you. I thought that was fucking fantastic. Sorry, Jade, we got a legend. Booker T having a shucky ducky quack quack moment, 100%. As we've got Gable with a heel hook on Noam Dar after Maxxine takes everybody out on the outside, and Noam's tapping. Thank you. So Chad Gable picks up the win with the heel hook here. I don't know what it is about them, but they somehow work as just a mid-card fucking break of the pace action. It's not easy catching a cannonball. Facts, 100%. She just sat there and just Uno reverse card that shit. I understand that, but I wouldn't have thought she would have a spooky gimmick. Fair enough. Never expect the unexpected. Dale's 2-1. Curtis is 1-2. Noam had no chance but to tap out. Yeah, you grapevine the heel hook. As now we're all doing the Tozawa dance up the entrance ramp, which I still say that the Prince Nana dance is miles above that. Now we've got earlier this week of Gallus in the local Irish pub meeting up with Hank and Tank. So what is Boondock Saints meets Seth Rogen? Speaking of which,
are you Hank or Tank?
I was saying when Boondock Saints meets Seth Rogen. So I mean, we don't even have to go Hank or Tank there.
There you go. We're here to talk business. Interesting. That was a good match. That was a really good match. And I don't care what anyone says. And I know some people, we're open to all opinions, but if you're just going to say stupid shit, you're wasting everyone's time. But Lash hitting that on Otis, I'd love to see fucking Gable hit it on Otis. I mean, like, it's a big deal when you get Otis up and over smooth, and that was beautiful.
See, I would still rather hear that opinion because that's what you're going to see in that 7% on Twitter and everything like that. So I'd rather just I shut it down, have that answer.
Yeah, it's just dumb. It gets dumb. I mean, again, if you're going to be that dumb, you're wasting time.
Well, it's just, do you like what you're like? Pro wrestling is the only fandom that hate watches pro wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to have an opinion about what you like. I like this better than that. It's another thing to see something and ignore what it is for what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you see something, you know, if you don't like AEW and you see a really cool match on AEW or a really cool move, and you can't just go, "Oh, that's cool," then you're venturing into stupidity.
Well, it's just, I know we're talking all over this whole backstage segment or this pub segment, I guess. But if you're, as we're getting Ava walking out of HBK's office here,
her dad did the eyebrow, she does the lip.
What? The kid, boss my guy. Fuck. Literally, fuck, you almost halfway through my fucking point off here. But no, if you're watching like the NFL and you don't like a team, you just cheer for the other fucking team. You know, or if you're watching hockey or anything like that, like, you don't watch a fucking sporting event to hate both teams.
Well, not only that though. Like, as a fan of sports, if I'm watching football and the Bills throw up a fucking Hail Mary and it gets caught in the end zone and a last minute win, I might not like the Bills, but I can still go, holy shit, what a play.
Game recognized game, but still, well, even one better. You don't watch a fucking reality show just because you hate it. Like, I'm so mad at this that I'm going to watch every second of it. Yeah. What?
Thank you so much, Brother Fluff Salisbury. We appreciate it. I live 20 minutes from the Performance Center, and I think my house shook that. Yeah, no shit.
I was going to say, was there seismic activity? I'm a big fan of Marshawn Lynch, and you had the Beastquake when he had hit that run on the Saints in Seattle. I think we might have had a similar effect when Lash Legend hit that slam on Otis.
That's a hell of a scoop slam.
Well, which do you? I posed this to the chat and everything, and then people got hurt apparently. Which was more impressive to you, Rhea slamming Luke Gallows now, or Lash Legend slamming Otis?
I think I'm more surprised by Lash Legend and Otis. They're both solid. I mean, Luke's a big boy too. Otis is such a fucking brick of just an absolute fucking wrecking ball of a human being. Like,
well, that's the thing. As somebody said in the chat, it takes a lot to slam a cannonball.
Yeah, I mean, we pop when a Bronson Reed gives him a belly to back. That's how big this guy. Holy shit! Look what he just did to Otis.
Right.
When Lash does it, yeah, it's a whole new level, man.
I was gonna say, Fake Kane can take a bump or two.
But yeah, no, thank you again.
Right. Ricky said Corbin, new champ, Dragunov to the main roster.
I could be okay with this. I think this is a very big possibility.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Especially
Well,
with Gunther. I know you don't love this idea, but Gunther's really mad with his minions right now. Imperium's not doing so well.
no,
I
no,
still like the idea of Ilya walking
no,
in and helping him out.
no, 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 no. You have them face each other. You have a
They
5-star.
They
You
will.
have a
Mhm.
God-given, ready-made 5-star classic match.
But you have to introduce
Why
Ilya
walk
to-
away from it and fucking fumble the bag?
Oh, it's not fumbling the bag. It's building to it. You're building to that. That's what I want. I want them to be friends for a little bit, then not friends anymore.
Yeah, and everybody thinks they're gonna strike it rich when they fucking start investing, and then when their fucking stock plummets and everything like that, and then they're just wondering why the fucking bags fumbled at the end. I'm saying of go now versus I think you run the risk of screwing up a Gunther Ilya match if you get them entangled of like he
No.
works for him or they're in a faction together. I think that's not gonna come out better on the end.
You put story behind it. I'm okay with that. And again, you got to remember, you're dealing with a large part of the fan base that doesn't know a lot about Ilya. Like they don't really know a lot about NXT. They watch their Raws, they watch their SmackDowns. So you bring them in, and they're like, "Oh, who's this Ilya guy?" And then you start liking him, and you start realizing what he can do out there. It'd be interesting for me. I think eventually the payoff is him in that. I don't think that. I don't think they lose anything by building up some backstory.
There's building up backstory, and then there's having him in the faction. I don't like the idea of him being in the faction.
I like him in the faction because eventually he won't be.
Small Mark wrestling is the only thing people watch knowing they'll hate 40% of it.
Know what's perfect about that, Nick? So for almost every show, for 95% of the wrestling shows, we put a poll out on the channel that rate the show, kind of like we do in the chat. 6 or less wins almost every single fucking night. Like the collective out there, doesn't matter if it's AEW, NXT, Impact, WWE.
CM Punk returns, Roman loses, Sammy turns on, and Cody shows up.
Yeah.
Jesus in Christ himself comes down. 6 out of 10, 6 or less.
Mm-hmm. Like when someone says, like, "Hey, are you a hockey fan?" I don't go, "Oh, I fucking hate hockey. It's stupid shit," but I watch it every night. Wait, what? What?
Right.
What?
I can't believe what they're doing over there, or the NHL, but I tune in every week. What?
Right.
Which appreciate you for tuning in to us, but like I said earlier when you were on a pause there, you tune in for the rest and you stay for the personalities.
Yeah, absolutely. You wrestling's been
and that was
us too. Yes, 100%, 100%. We were just like the wrestling world.
I saw where you're going. I was like, nope. Wrong way.
Right. Really wouldn't mind Jade and Lash Legend together as a tag team. Interesting.
What fucking Divas tournament breakout bullshit is this? The Saxton showdown here.
We're giving Saxton his own show on wrestling now?
I don't know.
Yo, but look at the lineup.
Headline Imposium.
Look at this.
Contestant number 2. If you had to win a match, would you do it by disqualification, count out, or roll up?
Big cheer for Lash.
No shit, she just hit a fucking earthquake of a power slam. Hard to boo the woman after you just did a Hulk Hogan.
Biggest cheer might have went to Finley though. Finley. I mixed both her names.
David Finley.
David Finley in the house. Look at this though. They like 4 solid competitors for this match this weekend.
Right, Corey. Breaking news: AW fans blame CM Punk for the Jacksonville Jaguars blowing the game last night.
Can you fucking believe the Jags blew it?
I saw Christian Kirk almost blow his crotch out. So I can believe anything at this point. I told you, I said on the Monday Night Raw stream, I said, is Tony going to take a moral victory here of his of the Jaguars being on Monday Night Football affects WWE Raw's ratings?
That's it. Tony can't get any good news lately. He's the poor guy.
Right. Shit.
Poor guy. He can't catch a W anywhere.
When it rains, it pours.
So this is just going to turn into a fight, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a scuffle. So out of these 4 women, Who is
5.
your prediction? I think everybody knows because I said it when I was on pause or when you were on pause, but everyone knows my prediction.
Yeah, I know who you're picking.
Tiffany.
Damn, I don't want to agree with you.
She says she's the only one in the ring that actually held the NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Give me 2 times. Let's go.
I'm going to take Blair Davenport as a dark horse, literally.
Sorry, what? She broke me with the and 4 participation trophies. What a winner.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Blair.
Fair enough. I think dark horse and sneaky upset win could be Kalani Jordan. Kalani. They're getting a lot of momentum behind her.
They like her.
She was one of those that we thought initially they kind of like circumvented her out of the breakout tournament because she seemed destined to win it right out of the gate. I think there's a good bit of momentum behind her here.
Okay, let's make this quick, folks. Yeah, I think they got her away from Dana Brooke, which was I think beneficial. And since then, it's been much better. Her doing those backstage segments of like the fucking Sweet Valley High vignettes were horrible.
Right. Yes, T's and P's WWE home video DVD 100%. I know I had actually the WrestleMania that Luna covered today. I had on VHS and I wore that sumbitch out. Like that was one I would just throw on and fall asleep to.
Yeah. I had a bunch, and then when DVDs, like I collected DVDs like it was my business. So I got boxes upon boxes upon boxes of DVDs right now that, again, not even mainstream movies are really going that way anymore. But I got the WrestleMania box set. I remember I got the special WrestleMania 31. It was awesome.
But, so you got the whole collector's catalog here. You're sitting on a gold mine of Beanie Babies.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig them out of the basement one day.
Respectfully, once they went to the Peacock pause, and even the network, I kind of gave up on buying the DVDs. Like the one I specifically went and made sure I got was Mania 37, the one after when they actually were back in front of an audience. That was just that time. That felt really special. That felt back WrestleMania. So
yeah. Again, I mean, I thought most of the shit was just going straight to Peacock. I didn't realize they were still producing DVDs, to be honest. So,
I'll see them every now and then in the Walmart or something like that, or
right.
I can hear you a little. I had to mute my TV because Tiffany the Lash Legend hurting talking my ears, or talking hurt my ears. Tiffany's voice is horrible. That's the gimmick.
Facts. This could come
meant to be insufferable.
Oh, and Blair Davenport has that fucking English drawl. This is right.
Well, she's female. She's Saraya. She's Osprey. Yeah. I've seen a thing going around of somebody like making eggs and like rum and everything is like Osprey, bruv.
Right.
I like see money. Gotta own physical media, yo. I think we're on like the tail end of the generation that all you had was physical media. If you didn't have a copy of it, it's gone. Lost to the mythos.
Yeah. Like my
you tape over a VHS. You're never getting that shit back again.
Dude, I used to record like Rap City off the TV, like onto VHS, and then I had it clipped into my radio so I could dub the videos. Because remember when you get a music video, but you didn't get the CD for like 6 months? You get the singles first. So you had to like wait for the fucking actual release. So I would dub everything ahead of time.
I appreciate the struggle. I don't recall having to go through that struggle. I guess us in America got,
just gave it
the early access. But no, I remember though, like having to tape a raw because you're still a kid, you got school and everything. you're going to fall asleep the last hour or whatever, you tape it and anticipate a bit of a run over and everything.
Yeah.
And so then when you get up early the next day before school, so you can watch the end of Raw that you missed, or
fight.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ.
I'm just happy this shit's coming to an end.
I was going to say, Fallon, I think, just straight Dylan Dennis Dimity in the face right there with that microphone.
Kalani on Lash. Lash is a big lady. That's all free.
That note, you can have that one.
You're going to have that. Folks, Nick's going to take a pause for the cause. We are on a commercial break. We got about 30 minutes, 45 minutes left of the stream. Lash versus Jade definitely has to happen. Could happen. Lash is only beginning her career. Jade's about to begin her career. So, yeah, I mean, sooner than later. Can we get some matches? Yeah, we could end this shit, Chair. I'm okay with that. That, to me, yeah, the minute that Byron was hosting the segment, I really couldn't get behind it. I struggle. But you remember, that was my criticism of NXT for the longest time, was there was just, like, the bar rescue and then the fucking, it was just so Saved by the Bell. Now they've stepped back from that quite a bit. Not fully, clearly, but they have stepped back quite a bit. Blair reminded me of Paige, very much so. Sounds like she has marbles in her mouth, and you can pause on that all you want. VHS and DVD will be highly valuable in 15 years. After all these movies get deleted from streaming services, think how many wrestling PPVs would be lost without streaming. You know, and it's funny, in addition to that, when you collect and buy DVDs, VHS, CDs, guys, I legit had a wall of CDs. And when I would go out of my way to own as many as I could, and if I found somebody I liked, I'd work backwards. I was very much into collecting media that way. Now, if Disney or Netflix or whoever, they decide they don't want to put that movie out anymore, now you got to go find it. You know what I mean? Like they have the people who own the intellectual property at any point can pull it, take it away, give it. And as a fan, you have nothing you could do. Like if you want to go see an old movie that's not anywhere, you got to track it down. When you own it, you own it. You have it forever. I mean, that's always going to be an interesting thing. And for anyone out there that's, fearful of what the future holds, well, then you got a very good argument. Let me see what this guy had to say, and then I think I'm going to stop clicking. It's almost 2.5 hours gone by, and the only important thing, 2.5 hours, okay. And the only important thing that happened on this show was Last Chance women's match. So between that and the men's Last Chance, first off, I believe the show is 2 hours max, so we'll talk about that. Almost 2.5 hours gone by. I will admit that 6-man tag, or the intergender 6 tag, was a great match. It was a fun match. It was a good match. The right people won. Beyond that, we had the last woman. So 2 matches in the first chunk. We're building up. I didn't like that segment either. I'm with you. I didn't care for it. They could have got to that result easier, better, without as being as long and it was just bleh. But other than that, dude, again, I think when you comment in the fashion that you're doing, and I mean this respectfully, my friend, but when you comment in the way that you're doing it, it feels like you're attention seeking, and it feels more so that you're unintelligent, and that I don't want that for you. I think you have every right to have your opinion, and like we said before, you can have your opinion, but it's no different than anything else. When something happens right before your eyes and you can't accept it, well, then that becomes ignorance, and that's not where you want to be. Blair reminds me of Paige. Got it. 3 what? Axiom coming out to the ring. Byron having a hissy fit. Yeah, I don't know what Byron was doing there. You could have probably done without it. Bum, 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 bum. Break number 7. Cat fight. Let's go. Solid segment. Each woman showing personality. Yeah, I just felt like it was, again, I'm critical of any time they dress up the ring like I think if you want to do like a TV show, a talk show, do it off to the side. Do it somewhere else. But right now, Axiom tripping with my vitamins. All right, so glitchy Axiom getting in the ring. Who do you think is going to win on Saturday? With the women, I think Nick's obviously taking Tiffany. I truly think Tiffany's the front runner. I'm going to pick Blair just on a whim. Fuck it. 7. That's a lot. That's a lot. And here comes Nathan Frazier. Damn, Daisy Dukes. Listen, Fallon's got something. She's a really good-looking young woman. She's really talented in the ring, and she's starting to show more and more personality. Even during that segment, when I went on my little pause and I came back, I was watching this lady, and she might have something. You might be seeing, I expect to be seeing her for quite a while, but she really starting to come into her own. I like what she's doing here. Now that she's not really fucking around with bar rescue and she's not in all that stupid soap opera stuff, this is much better. Kind of like Kiana James. I think Kiana James is going to be, she's going to move up to the main roster one day and be one of the biggest, if not the biggest heel on the show. Gavite! JD is burying AEW as we speak. Let's go. Let's go. Do you think video games be next? Yeah, again, another thing that I'm surprised that hasn't gone more. And I mean, I think Nick actually downloaded the digital copy of Fight Forever. I'm surprised they haven't pushed more of, no, you just go download it. You don't need to go buy anything. And I know you can, but there's something about owning that fucking game. Right? Everything's going digital, or money's going digital, or video games are going digital, or music. Everything's, it's all coming. Most of it's already happened. Bar Rescue Gang reminds me of the Dukes of Hazzard. Exactly, right? Daisy, Bo, and Luke. Nailed it, Chambers. 100%. This is an interesting match. 2 friends, 2 baby faces. Let me know who you're taking, Axiom or Nathan Frazier. Axiom winning, sending Frazier on a spiral where he turns heel. Yeah. After Nathan losing last week, I could definitely see that happening. I mean, I kind of wish that Axiom would just go back to being a kid, which sounds hilarious, but take the mask off. Just be like Nathan Frazier. Do you like Godzilla? Well, not if he's coming this way, but on classic Godzilla, modern Godzilla, classic big dinosaur. Got Frazier for the win. Wait, what's this? Oh, the women are still fighting. I like this. They're going to fuck up this nothing match. I like it. Tiffany reminds me of Barbie Hayden. Yeah, no shit. Listen, Tiffany's come a long way. When she was doing the daddy gimmick, it was too much. It was too cringy. It was too... Oh, the match is over, folks. What is... Look who's back! Look who's back! Sakita in the house! Nikita taking Blair's head right off. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, Nick, but Nikita Lyons has returned. And we're off to chase you. Oh. All right, Chase talking about his investigation. Old man yells at Cloud, but yes, I'd be hard pressed to remember the last time I got a physical copy of a game. Yeah, I mean, again, it's like, why? I'm surprised more haven't happened. Oh, it wasn't him. It was a student. Oh, no. Okay, it was you. We know it was you. We know, dumbass. No shit. How does everyone feel about this Chase U shit? Because I don't love this whole storyline. He gambled away the fake university's money. All physical media will be gone within 5 years. Yeah, again, I'm shocked that some of it's still hanging around. I mean, once we got iPods and iPhones and then MP3s, it was that stuff was on a ticking time bomb. Now I can watch any movie ever made, every show ever made, at a click of a few buttons, thanks to technology. So it's crazy. The three guys are prospects, and Verdugo is a major leaguer. What did I miss here? Tiffany reminds me, got that one. I call physical media, got that one. Here comes the women. Yeah, Nikita's back. How do we feel about that? I'm pumped. I hope she can stay healthy. That is a future women's champion. I owe hundreds of thousands of dollars. Doing it, Blair was my pick for the Iron Survivor. Yeah, she got problems now. Eric. I see you, Nick. Nikita Lyons, hell yeah, she back. Yeah, she back. I like the idea. I'm with you, Eric. I'm a big fan of Blair Davenport, and I know there's been some debate about Blair, but I really do think that there's potential there. She's strong. I always thought maybe she'd end up going back to NXT Europe when that becomes a thing, but ultimately, I'd like to see her do some stuff. She's taken some losses. I think she needs some wins. What is happening? So now the kids want to raise money for Andre Chase. JC Jane did all this. Steve Chambers, you are 100% right. You've got it, Watson. That is exactly what has happened here. Jane is in the middle of all this nonsense. But again, I don't much care for this segment now. Especially coming off the long-winded fucking women's segment. I'd like to kind of... But we're back to Carmelo. Uh-oh. Trick onto him. Trick is onto him. Interesting. I like this. Trick's not happy. He's figured this out. As Mello coming out to the ring. My PS5 collection is all physical copies. Yeah, there's just, I know gamers especially are very, again, there's just something about that physical copy. Truthfully, I miss now I'm gonna sound old as shit, but when you would get album art, when you would get a CD or an album, and you could look at the art, you could see the lyrics, you could, you read about shit. I know reading, right? So I miss that side of things. And I was a big sucker for collector's edition. I got a collector's edition Indiana Jones and pretty much every horror movie you can think of. And then anytime you can get a collector's edition with a little keepsake is cute. Speaking of a keepsake,
I was gonna say, speaking of keepsakes, but no, with your reading whole comment, I was trying to drive it into it's in a book. Just take a look. Reading Rainbow. But yeah, no, I think, like I said earlier, as we're in another commercial break here, that we're like the last of that generation that loves having the physical copy. Like you said, you get even VHS tapes and everything of how you have alternate editions, or this was a small run and there's a smudge here, there's a little issue here, and so if you have one of those 3 copies, it's super rare. It's back to collecting fucking Pokemon cards and everything. We just like having shit.
Something I never fucked with was
but you still even hockey cards, football cards, VHSs, everybody's got that collector side of them. It's just now in 2023, it's a lot more different, I feel. And do we all owe, unfortunately, Lars Ulrich an apology of Napster has changed history.
Right.
This man was right the whole time. He thought we were going to lose, Gone was going to go the way of the physical copy of CDs. And boy, howdy was he right.
There you go. Nikita Lyon returns while you're on your break. And yes.
Oh, my wagon.
It felt rushed, a little rushed, but I'm glad.
Did she show up in the crowd last week?
Was she in the crowd last week?
I think she might. Well, she's shown up in the crowd recently. I believe it was last week because that's the only one I don't remember. But I haven't seen her until tonight, to where she actually gets into some physical altercation.
Yeah, and she took Blair's head off. Remember, I believe part of the angle was that it's Blair's fault that all these women were injured. So,
right. Yeah, she was the one of the. She was. Yeah. I did it for the Rock. I did it for the people. Erickson, I still buy physical games. I love to be old school. See right there, though, the fact that that's old school is so interesting to me.
Dude, it freaks me out when I listen to the classic rock radio and it's like Nirvana.
We're getting old, my guy.
Like, holy shit, my music is classic old. Rock. The 90s grunge era is now classic rock. Fuck.
Right.
Right, like old school hip hop. Like we grew up on that 90s hip hop.
It happened to me, and it'll happen to you.
Fuck, Pac's been dead for like.
I used to be with what years. It was, and then it changed.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. I think he called Trick King. That's what Trick thinks. Like Trick is no longer fucking with Carmelo. Trick is on to this now. Trick feels like Carmelo's guilty heading into this match tonight.
But that's why Carmelo's going to win.
I think Carmelo has to win this.
Yep.
It makes it the most compelling story going into the Iron Survivor.
Yep. And this match, respectfully to me, has to be the best match, because otherwise the women's match that kicked off the show's match tonight for me.
Yeah, no, that match was outstanding. So, yeah.
Right. But yeah, I think this has the potential. I kind of find it interesting where we're going with this story. I would have liked it if Lexis King was more of just the red herring. Yeah. You kind of always thought he was going to be the one involved, when it turns out it was just Carmelo doing it on his own. It gives Carmelo a bit more edge than he's randomly paired up with Lexis King. Are we going to have them tag together? What the fuck are we doing there?
I don't think they're going to have them tag together, but I do believe.
Right. So then why make the connection?
I believe there's some collusion there for sure, because Carmelo can't do it alone because he would have been caught. You know what I mean? So a very interesting way to go about it. But I think Lexis King's going to have a hand in some of the wins that Carmelo picks up coming up.
I'm still wondering, excuse me, if Lexis King's beard is just painted on.
He got it. I think he's got to get rid of it. I think
this man has the coldest barber in the fucking game right now. Man needs to get me with a shape up everything, 100%.
It looks sprayed on, my guy. He's got the Wu-Tang symbol under his chin.
Fucking Chia Pet. Wu-Tang forever. But yeah, he's very much. I saw a lot of people calling him Bret Michaels today online. Very much of that vibe.
Right. Let's go. He needs the bus of love.
Pause. Do you want to explain to the audience what that was, or do you want to just let that go?
I was just letting it lie, and I was listening to him. But Bret Michaels, the Rock of Love,
I was like,
Bret Michaels would shove all the hookers onto the for his show.
Kevin Hart over here. What'd you say? As I got Tyler Bate rolling into the ring right now.
And rolling his towel.
Pause. Got hung up on
his towel hooked the ropes like Vikingo.
Failure to launch.
Looking like Vikingo trying to do a tope. Just moink.
Yeah. Almost up there with that flop dollar.
Men's Iron Survivor Challenge, last chance match, thrown out by Nikita and Davenport attacking each other. No, the last match had that happen, my guy.
I was going to say, how does it feel to be so wrong and yet comment so much?
I appreciate the confidence, though.
Well, right, 100%. I know Real got quiet all of a sudden, but yeah, 100%. I know you kind of maybe said some things, but yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I was born 1990. I got a brother who was 91 and 95.
Yeah, I think Mrs. was 91. Yeah, I got all 90s and above. I was 88.
88.
Oh, Eddie Thorpe taped up.
He's hurting. He's hurting.
Right.
Roxanne Perez reminds me AJ Lee, very much so, very much so.
Yeah, but I think now that's what they're, like we said earlier, that's what they're moving away from. Is now she's literally just turned into the when I see what's on site. She's the fucking DMX of the NXT women's division.
It's the funniest thing. Yeah, you're like, shit. But here comes Eddie. You're dancing too much for the sore guy, buddy.
Well, is it really dancing though when all you do is move your legs?
That's what. Yes, I'm white.
Yeah, I mean, you're not doing nothing from the shoulders is moving. Everything from the hips.
When you're white, the answer is
yes. You're just tap dancing.
Right.
I
don't dance. Just
about
move
the
to the
sun
beat.
and the moon and the springer.
Right. I don't dance. I just move to the beat, Nick.
Do the rock away. Now lean back.
Lean back. People right now are like, "Fuck, these guys are old."
We are old.
Was that a Fat Joe?
Having to Google references now.
Just wait. We're gonna start talking about our MySpace in a second. SRS.
Tom is still top five. Tom gets a 5-star rating.
Funny as shit.
Over Zuckerberg, 100%. But so we've got Eddie Thorpe versus Carmelo Hayes versus Tyler Bate versus Joe Coffey right now. And you'd be remiss to find Joe Coffey because he just kind of disappeared.
I was going to say, Coffey was in the match? Shit.
Yeah, he was there and then he wasn't. But to let us know who you're taking, I'm taking Carmelo. I think it's the obvious choice here.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. I think Carmelo's got to win this one. I think it makes Deadline more interesting.
If you're not going to have the women's storyline of Kiana and Roxanne play out in the Iron Survivor match, you're going to do it with the men's match.
I actually inclined to feel like we're going to get a bit of both on this one. I think it's going to continue to go.
Well, no, the other two,
no, they knocked each other out. Yeah, so they're going to get their own match. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, you're right.
You have the way to where you can have as Tyler Bates going swinging with or spinning with Joe Coffey, but you have Crick and Carmelo in the ring at the same time, versus you didn't have that with the women's match.
Plus, you have no DQ, so I do think that Pillman's going to be a player in this whole situation.
Right now, again, I don't like the idea of Pillman and Carmelo teaming up or anything like that. Like, I would have rather preferred this if this was just Carmelo's doing. Lexus King was the red herring.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, the way the story's written, I mean, it's just the deception, right? He couldn't physically pull it off because he's side by side with the guy that's getting taken out.
We still don't know who he called. It just so happens to look. If the text don't fit, you must have quit.
Right? It's just speculation. Accusations.
Accusations.
Oh, round and around Tyler goes. Tyler got to be busy. That's what happens when you spin your
2. Eddie breaks it up.
Did y'all hear Cora's voice in the preview? To what?
Preview where?
Like to the preview to Deadline? No, I did not notice Cora's voice.
No,
I usually flinch when I hear it. Like just
I respectfully, I couldn't recognize probably anyone's voice right now.
Right?
I'm not that in tune to this, my guy.
Hey, did you guys notice that? WWE put tickets on sale for future events and it wasn't a special announcement? Yes, because as we've advocated for a long time, there is a difference between a special announcement and a press release.
Right. But also, we might be on at the end of physical media as well as the end of WWE house shows, it looks like, or at least we're tipping towards that, or that iceberg is on the horizon.
Yeah, I mean, again, scaling back, I could see being a thing.
Kip up after the big suplex from Bate, pump kick from Carmelo, spinebuster by Thorpe.
There's a video of
a commercial.
Yeah. Oh, was there really, AJ? So there's a video of Jade's voice saying, "See you at deadline." Shit. How many people they got on NXT? Like, it's filling up, bro. Some people got to be moving.
Cora Jade just left, and no one cared. You can have that. And we still kept the train rolling.
Yeah, but I mean, if Cora's coming back into the mix, Nikita just came back. You already have all the women that we've seen tonight competing. Deep.
Pause. But yeah, much like we said earlier, it's a wealth of riches.
Yo, for sure. Lexus King beard makes people hate him more. He knows what he's doing. See, to me, it makes me take him less serious. It doesn't make me hate him more. I'm just like, well, who's the guy with the spray on chin?
He looks like a cartoon villain. Like, I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Right? I can definitely see the case of, because it's so obnoxious. You're like, what a douche. But to me, I'm just like, I don't even want to hear you talk.
I don't mind it. I look at it the whole time he's talking. I don't look at anything that's going on. It's just I'm like Austin Powers. Mole.
Fucking beat me to it. Just not digging Lex's finisher. What was his finisher? The hang DDT ish move?
I can't even remember, honestly.
I've only seen it once.
Yeah.
Moment of silence for Griff Garrison.
Yeah, fuck.
It took a minute to be like,
oh. Someone sent out a search party for Griff Garrison.
Right. Garrison search party.
Garrison search party of 1. Garrison party of 1.
Fucking hell.
Lexus King's beard by Wooly Willy. Well, it looks more like Wooly Bully.
Bully Bully.
Cora and Nikita back in the mix. Roxanne and Tiffany can be called up by Rumble. Yeah, but there was even a point to where we thought Cora and Nikita could have been the ones called up.
Yeah, really.
Who you guys picking for the man? I think we're both picking Carmelo. I think that's pretty obvious at this point.
Yeah, I just think Carmelo is it creates the best story going into the Iron Survivor. So it takes and gives it some real juicy story with it.
Right. Well, Corey even saying trick is rolling with the saying of keep your friends close and your enemies right by your side.
Amen.
Knicks can't score to save their life. Hey, I would like to say, not for nothing, but I think I have a good record. It's called a joke.
I didn't.
He said Knicks can't score to save their lives right now. That's why I'm like, you're looking at me like I'm saying the worst thing right now. I'm like,
it just went right over my head. I'm like, what?
This is just a joke.
I'm like, you play basketball and I don't know it, bro? Like, what are you
playing basketball?
I know you a tall man. You be up there dunking?
Yeah, no. I'm in rarefied air, but no. Pause. Yeah, no, it was funny because my mother, God bless, wasn't the biggest sports fan or whatever, but you had the New York team, it's called the Knicks, and I'm Nick. So yes. I would end up with a bunch of Knicks gear just because it's like your name. Thanks. Just like how my nickname was Nickelodeon.
Makes sense.
Nick. Yeah.
Big Nick energy.
I'm straight out of the 90s. I was born to be a 90s kid.
Making me think back to my fucking Ewings.
Yeah. That was a shoe?
Yeah, you remember the Ewings?
No, I remember.
No. Oh, come on, I remember. Yeah, we didn't.
The green team was the mean team.
They shipped that up north, bro. Don't worry.
I was gonna say that's the shit that's even. And at least China got the Starberries. You got the fucking Ewings.
We got the
got
Ewing.
the Shacks over here.
They were dope because they came with a replica keychain.
Oh,
That
I'm
was
not
as
popping for that. I'm popping for Eddie
on the
Thorpe
stairs.
going
On the
through the
stairs. Shane's out. All right, I'm Shane.
Our
Eddy.
third holy sugar honey iced tea chain of the night, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean the fans in the building are thrilled with the night they've got. I got a basketball, Jones.
There you go. But that goes to my point, though, of consistently NXT week in and week out delivers the best wrestling show. You may not love every second of it, but week in and week out, it's the most consistent show.
I will go with consistently. It's very consistent. It's rare that it's completely in the toilet, and I don't always think it's amazing, but it's always pretty good. It's like the fucking pizza of wrestling right now.
Like a good paisan. I'm getting over here, Tommy DeVito, and then Big Dom out there. 100%.
It may not always be amazing, but it's rarely bad. It's still fucking.
You're right. You never say no to a slice of pizza. You never say no to an episode of NXT. Oh, as Coffey just diving elbow into everybody in the corner here.
And listen, I'm like anybody that's got criticism about it, I'm with you on some of it. Like I struggle with some of the stuff that's in there sometimes, and I think all of us do, but there's some things I could do without. But I think overall you get, 2 hours of good wrestling for the most part. And I'm enjoying this match too. Love this
I think
move.
because I was here during the best of times and the worst of times while you kind of quit NXT. So I'm like, this, goddammit, this is good wrestling. It's not what it was before.
And I mean, when I said, all right, I'm not going to do this right now. I'm going to take a pause from this. I've been watching too many of this. That whole 2.0 era, and then especially the tail end of it, it was bad. It was fucking bad.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
Oh, one of my favorite moves.
Oh. Now, is that a Glasgow kiss or a Shrek kiss?
That I think so. Oh, well.
Oh, diving crossbody no-sells it into an uppercut on a Carmelo.
Is Tyler Bate going to win this motherfucker?
What?
Mighty Mouse is on fire.
Here I come to save the day. 2.
Oh my God.
3. Wow.
Even look at the fans. Even the crowd is like, what the fuck? Just Tyler Bate dominates that match.
Just out of nowhere, though, too. And that's the thing is there was no trick. There was no Lexus. That was just
Carmelo
pure
just
domination. That's the Tyler Bate we want taking on Gunther.
Yeah.
We want in Shark Cage Russo Mania.
And listen, I give them credit. They're supposed to surprise us. To me, that was a surprise. Right now you get, Carmelo probably still going to be very much involved with Trick come the weekend, but this is good. That was a great fucking surprise.
Does Carmelo come out and he looks like he's trying to help Trick and screws him, and we just keep that going? I'm very surprised by that. And to me, I'm just wow. Why haven't we just gotten this Tyler Bate on main roster television? I mean, right now, Pete Dunne there, Butch is looking for some new help after, the issues with Ridge.
Maybe that's why
we need some challengers for Gunther.
Oh, Nick's
favorite. Going to do it. Yeah. He's going to take him out. Yeah.
His voice is so close to it.
I'm telling you. You're about as delusional as this piece of trash as he just boots Eddy Thorpe. Get him out of here. Yeah, you go. Yeah.
Man, I saw something earlier today about the Predator, and I instantly thought of you.
My guy.
My guy.
Watching a true Christmas movie, though, of Jingle All the Way there with Turbo Time. 100% I can quote that movie up and down. Put that cookie down. He's got 2. He's got 2.
We
Which,
got
by the
more
way, it does count as a wrestling movie because Big Show's in it.
facts.
As now we've got Braun Breaker. What the fuck? Oh, so now we're getting everybody else that's in the goddamn match.
Now we're going to end the night with the men's fight.
Son of a bitch.
9 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I didn't realize we still had that much time. That's surprising we end with that much time on a surprise win like that. No one, respectfully, even if you pick Tyler Bate, you weren't picking Tyler Bate to not pick Carmelo. You weren't picking Tyler Bate because you thought he was actually going to win.
I might have picked everybody but Eddy Thorpe before Bate.
Yeah.
Right? Like I might have taken Carmelo. I did take Carmelo and Coffey first because I'm a big Joe Coffey fan.
Right.
Oh.
The Jay Lee
like he was rapping
out here in this fake pin.
What do you think about this singles push for Briggs?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Save a horse, ride a cow.
Right. Best spear in the business. I like bullshit. Yeah. Well, then we got, we had a one Malone earlier. Now we got we still have Nos Malone floating around.
Tatanka Malone.
Yeah, Tatanka Malone.
Post Tatanka.
Leave him alone, Tatanka Malone. Like I said, he's out there. Nos Malone's out there watching this. You probably think that you are better now. Better now. Trick's winning this
the
match.
most over guy in the building.
Yeah, Trick's winning this match.
I'm gonna whoop that trick. I'm gonna whoop that trick. I'm gonna whoop that trick.
He even has that trick on the back of his shirt. He loves the Booker T little fucking quips in there. 100%.
Oh shit!
He just instantly throwing hands. Yeah, he's the next guy. You get Carmelo up, you get Braun up, and Trick just kind of runs NXT for a hot minute.
But they're not going to brawl for 7 minutes, are they? Is my clock
They might.
The women come out and start
whoop that Trick until they get out of their system.
Right?
They don't let them out of the building until Sunday.
You know the women are fighting in the parking lot.
What?
What?
What'd you say? You say it first.
It's ridiculous on both our parts. Oh, yeah, we're getting the confrontation.
That's still going to happen.
Whoop that Trick.
Does it? How bad, though, does it feel that we entirely forgot this was going to happen?
Is that bad or is that
that's an indictment on this, I feel.
We had a lot of shit going. I mean, I'm excited for the match, but I would more attribute it to the fact of I've really enjoyed what I've gotten from NXT. So then it's like, oh shit, there's more, right? It's like finding out there's a little fucking, a little cookie crumble at the bottom of your ice cream. Ooh.
There's an onion ring in your French fries. I'm excited for the match. I'm not excited for a promo confrontation. I'll say that.
No, I think if I'm being fair, when AEW recently did it with MJF and all his situation after like a street fight, I was very critical, right? So you get this big brawl. That should have kind of been the way you went off the air. You could have done the Ilya Corbin thing now, and then you end with the match, and you go off the air with a fight. Oh my God, what's going to happen Saturday?
Yep.
So
it's the best way to do it. Granted, you potentially overshadow your world champion, but I still 100% agree with that.
Yeah,
it works. It's worked multiple times. You end it in the chaos, so you want to tune in, and it makes you excited for the next show because you want to see the payoff.
And I know it kind of feels like you're overshadowing your world title a little bit in the sense, but you got to adjust with what's currently happening. And the Iron Survivor, you've had all these qualifying matches. You've made a big part of Deadline these two big gimmick matches. So unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast. So you got to adjust. And again, we both like to hold both companies to kind of the same standards. When you have a Sega Dream death match and bicycle, you can't really follow that with the champion coming out with a promo, right? Like it just doesn't fit. You should have rearranged it. I feel the same about this.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, AW has a good habit of booking their shows backwards for some reason.
Yeah. Right. It's just so hard, especially like you imagine being there live. Like, it's like your favorite band playing like the three most popular songs ever. So Creed, whatever one those are. Now imagine them playing those three.
Whatever one those are. Like, we can't rattle them off. Higher, sacrifice. Fuck, now you're gonna make me fucking blank here.
I'm not even helping them. I'm just wait.
6 feet. There's your three right there. I'm gonna stop there because I'm good.
Right, but imagine they play their three best songs ever, and everyone's going insane. And then instead of saying like "Good night, everybody," they're like, "Now a track from our new album."
Something from our new album.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh fuck, we're going home on that shit."
Right.
So that's my beef. Is I think you could do it better, and then just end the night with the chaos. Now we'll see what happens here, but if these two get in a fist fight, the whole night was, we're gonna fight Saturday. Let's fight now. That's been the theme of the night.
You get a half note demarcation, a half point grade off if this ends in a kerfuffle. That means expletive and all. But yeah, again, all of our socials are going beneath there. If you Hunter, Tony, any sort of wrestling company that needs help with your booking, looking at you, Tony. Reach out, be a friend, tell a friend.
Mm-hmm. I want to see Dijak and Priest in a tag team with their deep voices. What do we call them? Oh, here comes Deep Throat. Like what?
Pause.
Yeah, you pause the fuck on that for sure.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way out there outside of I don't know, the baritones.
The baritones. All right.
I was trying to think of something that doesn't sound provocative.
This is a funny comment. Yeah.
It's Baron Corbin mid-card vortex effect. That's why he forgot this face-off is happening.
Touche.
Tabernacle, if you will.
What the fuck?
Why is Ava Ray the same height as Carmelo Hayes?
Why are they talking? Like, could you imagine? It's Carmelo and Pillman and Ava.
The weirdest shit-ass faction. 2 second generations and a half. Well, she's out here randomly playing fucking GM. She's the Sonya Deville to Shawn Michaels, it seems.
They don't know what to do with it. We're like, we can't put her in the ring yet. We just let her walk around and talk to people.
She just says things. What you talking about, man? What you talking about, Carmelo?
So he's saying he's going to be beating up Lexus King on Saturday?
You still got to play your role. Even if you screwed your friend over, you can't give it up now.
Oh. There you go. Dijak right in the middle. He looks like he doesn't belong.
He looks like a fucking DLC character in a Mortal Kombat game.
Right? I'm looking forward to both these matches, my guy.
With somebody I can hear their audio.
Mello and The Rock's daughter? I don't understand how we got here.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Don't. Thank God there's a disclaimer on the fucking stream.
Right.
It's all yours.
Hey, never mind.
No, I didn't mean to open that jar. Grizzled young vets looked good at Wrestling Revolver. They did look good.
So the deadline kickoff is going to be Axiom versus Nathan Frazier.
And we're actually getting a kickoff show. There you go. Ilya Dragunov. I think this is going to be a good match. I think it's going to surprise us.
Oh, 100%. I think Baron's underrated, and he plays a good 6-man. He's not in your starting 5. He's not, your fucking star of the team, but he plays a good 6-man. I still say, if he did the character that he actually is, that he portrays on Instagram and all that, with the fucking fine whiskeys and fucking Wagyu steaks and shit, and we're not even 10 seconds into this, and Ilya's already lost his goddamn mind.
You just had it.
You ever heard of a conniption? I never seen one. You don't want to see them.
Out of nowhere, Ilya's just like, fuck this chair.
Fuck this chair.
Fuck your couch. Mello versus Lexus at Deadline. Have they booked that, or was that just the tease of it?
We'll see. According to the Wikipedia, we'll see.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, it is booked. Carmelo Hayes versus Lexus King.
Shut up.
Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James. Dirty Dom versus Dragon Elite. Ilya versus Baron. And then both the Iron Survivor matches.
Now, if they're wrestling each other, I wonder how they're going to spin that. If they are working together.
The worst fucking angle that every company does of like, I took this ass whooping to prove that I wasn't part of it.
Yeah, but now we're high-fiving at the end of the show. Like,
right. You know you're going to just beat them up instead of kicking each other's asses.
Yeah, right. But it's funnier if he didn't see it coming.
Right, but he didn't know.
Yo, Baron going after his kid, like just like bringing his kid into the argument. That's getting personal.
Well,
wow.
What else does Baron really have to say about Ilya? Like, you've been more successful than me so far. You wrestle better than me. You look better than me.
Ilya, the best part about Ilya is everything he fucking does. It's like that Ric Flair that no matter what he was doing, unbuttoning his shirt looks intense.
This man is constantly at 11.
Yeah. Just...
he constantly looks like the fucking Bond villain, the villain in a Die Hard movie that's just about to lose his shit of like someone sneezed in the room around him and he's just about to blow the fucking brains out because he can't hold his shit together.
Yeah. He's that friend that like you're out and someone's like, hey man, you dropped this. He's like, what'd you say to me? You're like, I was just giving this back.
Did you want some pizza?
Yeah. Would you like fries with that?
Would you like fries? That's all I asked, sir. You materialistic son of a bitch.
He's just a material Corbin living in a material world, folks.
I'm a Corbin girl in a Corbin world.
Come on, Corby. Let's go party. Deadline is a great card. Yeah, it kind of shaped up a kind of came all together by the end of tonight. So at least not usually known for that late booking, but we slipped some late things in here this week.
Right.
Valid. Whether you love me or hate me, I've been a prominent figure on that TV for 8+ years. Can't take that away from him.
Like, that's the thing, is it's so weird with Corbin. It's the same thing with like that with Ziggler, with a few other guys. Of they'll either have a surprise match that just fucking knocks the doors down, or you just know it's paint by numbers.
Yeah, I actually am going to pick Corbin to win this match.
That's not a terrible shout because you could still get Ilya called up. I guess you get your whole Ilya, you get your European faction here, but
Ilya's killing me.
I don't like Corbin's promo here.
No?
Yeah, I don't know what it is with him, but with this is just you breathe that fire. I've been through hell and back, but like, he doesn't look intense, he doesn't sound intense. Ilya's losing his goddamn mind out.
I like that.
There, 10 seconds in, screw that chair. Meanwhile, Corbin's like, do it, unleash the beast, and he's like, just seems calm, monotone.
That's perfect. I actually really like it. I think he's really playing the I got you villain, like the wait, what?
He's just hugging it out. Daniel Bryan and Kane just got to hug it out.
Go fuck yourself.
That's what it's got to be.
Oh,
if they do that right now. What did he say?
Something about the dragon, but he took the smile right off of Corbin's face. He knocked that cockiness off him. I like that a lot. Weird spot, though.
Yeah, what? I didn't know we were watching The Equalizer 4.
The women. Oh, no, the men are back. Oh, come on.
They're still fighting.
Come on. Where's real? He's fucking right. This shit.
Well, that's the one. That proves our point 100% positive. If you're going to fucking end it because they're still fighting out to the back, you should have ended it with that to begin with.
Yeah, no, yeah, you don't say like, and especially when you did it with the women, which go, hey, when the women go to the back, and they come brawling back out, and then the men did the same thing. Like, come on. Yeah, no, they should have just ended it with this and did the Ilya Corbin hug before this.
Yeah, because that ended fucking awkward as shit.
I liked it. I liked overall what they did there. I did.
What did he say?
I don't know specifically what he said, but the whole it was so nice to see the balance of, like you said, Ilya was losing his mind, Corbin was smiling and calm and very even keel, and then eventually Ilya. Oh wow! Thank God that table was there, eh, Braun?
Yeah, that wasn't intended at all. Oh,
Tyler Bate looking like the badass tonight.
He who stands tall will lose it all.
Facts.
Yeah.
Everybody down. Okay.
Okay. It had me great with NXT, and I think it teetered towards the back end.
Yeah, it was a wonky one. I'll give you that.
Well, you had me towards the end, and we thought, oh my God, it's going to be Carmelo wins it. And I'll even take you surprised us with Bate. We took the bait on Bate. But you end with the brawl out. You don't then have them wander off and saunter off while you still have a whole 10-minute video package and everything else for them to then brawl out again and end the show.
Yeah, that to me, where you were talking about like the Iron Survivor overshadowing the title match, it's even worse when you sandwich it in between everything like that. Like if you had just done it with, whatever time left, whatever you needed for the Iron match, did your Iron Man match, and then the match, Tyler Bate wins, and then it leads into a kerfuffle. Perfect, right?
And Bate do it wins. Up against the hour.
Yeah, and you go off the air with the brawl. What you did, you just don't put the champion and his contender in between it.
You did a run over for the world title spot, which if your Jim Cornette and your DVR didn't work, you might have missed. And then you came out and added the fucking brawl on top of that. So you might have missed the fucking bullseye twice here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now the actual promo and such, I think Ilya is outstanding. I said it. He gives me like young Ric Flair vibes of like when he's just losing it, and like everything he does, like he takes his every button is done with intensity. Like he really into what he's doing. He sells everything so well. I thought it plays really well against the complete opposite in Corbin. Like that's kind of what I want. I want to see that.
I just don't think Corbin was saying anything that, I don't want to even say warranted that reaction, but there was no Corbin firing up or I'm digging in deep or whatever. Like it was just so
I wouldn't have
monotone.
Yeah, wouldn't have Corbin fire up in that situation, though. It wouldn't make sense if he fired back. He talked about his kid and how he turned his back on his kid, just the way his father turned his back on him, that, you want all the success, but I've been prominent on TV for 8 years. I've been
even that should seem like a jab. That just seemed like he just kind of said it. Yeah.
No, I liked it. I didn't like a lot, but I liked that. I liked how they set that up. I like the psychology of that, of, again, it's like if you've ever been really pissed off to the point where you want to fucking choke someone and they're grinning at you and not reacting, Oh, it makes it so much worse.
Well, I get that, and I still am questioning what he said that
Something
would have flipped the whole script there. But I don't feel like anything that I could think of off the top of my head would have warranted that. Like, that's some Equalizer, some, Die Hard movie action scene of like, it was me all along. Like, what did we have to fucking go there with?
You're dead. I don't know what he said, but I did like the fact that the champion wiped the smirk off his face, whatever it was that he officially said about, the dragon's going to eat you alive, or this isn't the first time you've yeah, I don't know what it was, but yeah, they should have just been fighting back. Yeah, why not just, that's even better. Ilya and Corbin have their hug, and then they clip to the back and everybody's fighting in the back.
That's making the best out of a worse situation. I still wouldn't have even gotten there, but that's, if you're going to do something like that, that's maybe the best way you could do it. Yeah. I constantly get thrown off of whether you're just like paused or like frozen up, or you're just waiting for like some emoji reaction, like the fucking balloons and the thumbs up and shit on your screen.
Virtual hug there, my guy. Which Iron Survivor Challenge will be better? They both have good potential. I think the women's is more interesting overall.
The women's match was the match of the night tonight. 100%. The match that kicked off tonight was the best match of the night.
Right. I agree. Have a blessed night, Jay Jordan. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. Yeah, we'll take a quick rating out of 10. Nick and I are going to head towards the door. Don't forget, we're back at it again. So repetitive. Yeah, it felt very repetitive tonight. Like, okay, we're going to do this, then we'll do that. Like, it was very, like, all right. But, I mean, that's kind of the trend on go-home shows in the modern wrestling is there's no longer go-home shows.
Well, yeah, it's a mix of a go-home show and a pre-show.
Kind of. Bate coming out of nowhere. Bate looking amazing.
Well, but it's still, every time I see it now, I'm like, well, this is the Bate we could get on the main roster for like the IC belt and everything.
Yeah. These brawls make sense. Not like you know what? I can't go there with you on this one, Damien. I would argue that those brawls were just as nonsensical as, again, it's the same idea. I don't like you. I don't like you. We don't like each other. We're just going to fight. Yeah, I think that this falls into the same category. I can't go, well, WWE did that better. I didn't like, the women brawl, they get dragged to the back, they brawl back out, they fuck up a match. The men brawl, they end up in the back, they come back out.
If you're HBK, have you not buffed up your security? You already saw it happen the one time. Why are we letting this happen a second time if we're going to keep it fully kayfabe here?
Y'all didn't see that coming?
Right?
Yeah, two brawls might be too much, especially in the back 45 of a show. It makes sense because if Melo wins, him and Trick have to fight and messes up the story with Pillman. Yeah, do you feel like, I think you can almost slide it in there better of, yeah, I might have popped you, but I only did it because we were competing. But I still love you, bro.
You can play up the whole,
yeah,
I'm your friend, I'm not your friend during the match versus now you've got Pillman and Carmelo going at it. Like, that's almost the worst outcome out of those two. That's the worst outcome is what we're getting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do it. I mean, I'm curious if it's a matter of like, does Pillman come out? Like Trick wins, Pillman comes out, Trick gets distracted by Pillman, Carmelo slides in from behind and drills him. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Not the way I expected it to go. So until I know the conclusion, I'm not hating, but I'm very surprised, to put it that way.
Yeah. I ain't hating, but I ain't anticipating much. And I will say, though, that they did both those brawls just so they can have those for the video packages on Saturday.
100%. Just do it better. Come up with a better plan. 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Oh, jeez, aggressive. I think Deadline is Roxanne's last match. I think Izzy Dane helps Kiana win. Izzy was in the woman. Izzy Wizzy Fuzzy was a bear.
Fuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy didn't care.
Okay. So yeah, apparently Izzy might help, and Roxanne. They did get in a fight. Roxanne's fighting everybody. She ain't taking no prisoners.
I'm gonna just say with that, you can have. I don't have too much of just a comment on that. Like I don't.
Yeah.
We'll
see. I don't know.
Right.
But
that doesn't tickle my pickle. Pause.
There you go. I also think that Tyler Bates' last match in NXT is deadline. I think he gets called up to SmackDown to be with Pete Dunne. Yes, and I know a lot of people are rumoring this happening, but I do remind everybody, Sheamus has been rumored to make a return at some point as well.
Yeah, he just gets his new brawling brutes of he just gets Bate, Butch, and
fair enough.
Sheamus.
Fair enough. I think Ilya and Corbin's feud has been booked great. It's just Corbin has lost a lot of luster, and many don't see him winning. I actually see him winning, and I like this. And you're right. Like, I mean, he's been slapped with Happy Gore. You know, he had mustard stains on his sleeve. How the fuck do we take this guy serious?
That was almost the best Corbin, though.
The depressed Corbin was the best one.
The depressed Corbin might be best Corbin. That's
and
weird.
Then Vince went, fuck it, make him win.
You're too sad. You're making me sad now. Be happy. Be happy.
Go to Vegas. Well, we'll just have
right. Here's some money. Just go to Vegas. I know this guy named Dana out there. He can let you know.
Right. Killed that fucking story quick time. But yeah, I mean, I
killed Madcap's career.
It murdered. Yeah, bye. And his girlfriend. Right. Everybody went. But yeah, no, I like this. And you were the one that actually, before it even happened, and I'll give you all the credit because you very much were like, why can't Corbin just be the guy he is online? And to me, that's what I feel like this is more like. This is the real Corbin. You know, that's where Ilya's like, you privileged prick.
Well, I did like that reference because, like I said, I want that of like him, you know, out there, you know, 1 and 9 and out there, you know, smoking the finest cigars, having whiskey, eating fucking Wagyu beef and all of that bullshit. 100%. I just feel like they've done a really shit job of conveying that on screen.
You think so?
He's out here looking like he's a fucking extra in Duck Dynasty. With his little mallard cap and just he looks like he's a coach.
I think it's all right. You can have that. I don't know.
Right. How do I cover that? That's what you call a liver shot.
Oh, the only thing that could tame the dragon is the dragon himself. That was it? That's all he said? Okay.
J.R.R. Tolkien's got some fucking explaining to do that.
Yeah, I was like,
I thought there was one ring to rule them all.
Right?
Where's my smoke?
Corbin told he was going to pay his student loans. Vitamins are good.
Well, maybe Chase U needs to pay his student loans. It seems.
Yeah, well, listen. I know we've debated a Chase U before. I hate what they're doing right now with Chase U. It is just nonsensical.
This is the Michigan story was a thing, so we thought we'd got it some attention, and oh fuck, now we're stuck with this.
Yeah, and again, it's just like, okay, I'll tolerate you guys being a fake university, and it's cute that you have your little fucking frat boy cheering section, and the fans cheer when you stomp on people and they spell out your name. It works. You're over. Great. But now, like, I gambled away the fake money. Like, it's just a lot. I can't.
Is the family going to have to come and collect on Chase U? Because I feel like if there's been some gambling, we're going to get Tony D'Angelo out here being fucking big Dom Tony Soprano.
Let the Pisons take over the university.
My guy. HBK, you know how to hit us up, my guy.
Right, let's go.
That's the only way I could think of. He's very much, he seems like, you know, this is Satriale's of, you know, I got into some, you know, financial issues here. So maybe Chase U, just burn it down to the ground. We take out the insurance money. There you go. How you doing? Keep it moving.
That's it. F you pay me.
Right. Sorry. You got some gambling debts? You pay me. Yeah. You got Thea Hale losing her mind? You pay me.
Yep. Thank you, Boston. All right, folks, we're going to click her down here. What's your excitement level for deadline? I'm pretty excited.
I'll say there's plenty of time on the fucking countdown clock. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a fun night. Am I chomping at the bit? Would I qualify it as pumped? Not quite, but ready to go.
I think it has the potential to over-deliver because my expectations are not that high.
But I mean, I think that's NXT in a nutshell at times because of who's involved and stuff. You're like, okay, we're going to get a so-and-so and so-and-so match. And then they light it up. We're like, okay, thank you.
Right. Well, I like to see money here. It's either the Paisans or Kiana James buys the U for the land.
For the land. I mean, it feels like NXT always has one soap opera going on in the back. Like there was the bar rescue, then there was Tony going to jail. Now there's Chase U. Like there's always a central fucking story going on.
That is the one blessing and the curse is there is always some sort of soap opera or, real world,
shimmy.
Reality television storyline. That's just almost the backbone of the whole show. Right. Like how many segments do we have Chase U on normally? And now we've got the scandal that rocked Chase U.
Yeah. And it was good. No, what I think fucks me up, and this last thing I'm going to say about any of this is I felt like they were going on a good heater. Like I felt like people were really behind Thea. I think Duke has done well to get himself over. Like I said, people were cheering when they won the tag titles. And I feel like this is kind of just get him back in the ring and let him do some stuff.
Right.
But that's it. I'm out.
That's fine. I appreciate that. Well, because before you didn't like it, Chase U at all, but I guess this is somehow directed at me. Anthony says, Nick, what are your thoughts on the competitors for the Breakout tournament next week? They are competitors, and we'll see what they do next week. That is my thoughts.
Tune in and find out, folks. We will be here live for that. We'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live all week long. We're back at it with Dynamite. We got Luna, Havoc, and Anthony here on Thursday. The Tag Stream Champions are going to be here all weekend long. We might have a couple surprises up our sleeve for some content coming your way. Make sure you check out our shorts, our videos, and give us some love. Join us on social and get yourself a lovely t-shirt or hoodie or tank top or crop top, depending on what you're into. Join the family today.
Change.
That's it. Whatever floats your boat. Find your last remote.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, you better put that forward life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Dynamite tomorrow. Don't miss it.